That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
Hey, Braves fans, it's Ben Ingram for Emory Healthcare's Heart Care Services. When it comes to your heart or someone close to you, nothing matters more than receiving the absolute best care. It's crucial to seek out doctors who are renowned experts in their fields, highly skilled, and pushing the boundaries of heart disease treatment. At Emory Heart and Vascular, you'll find a large team of specialized physicians and nurses dedicated to your heart health. They offer more options for customized treatment solutions that work for you. To learn more, visit emoryhealthcare.org/heartcare.
Beneath partly cloudy skies on a sunny Central Florida afternoon, welcome you back to Baycare Ballpark in Clearwater, Florida. Getting you set for Braves and Phillies, some more Grapefruit League action, the 19th game of the spring for Atlanta. It was about an hour-and-a-half ride up from Northport to Clearwater this morning. The Braves took batting practice on the field. And without further ado, let's take a look at our starting lineups. First for the visiting Atlanta Braves, led by manager Brian Snitker in his 10th season at the helm. Leading off and in right field, Brian De La Cruz. Batting second and playing second, Eli White. Batting third and at shortstop, Orlando Arcia. In the cleanup spot and manning first base, Garrett Cooper. Batting fifth and behind the plate, Chadwick Tromp. Batting sixth and in left field, Jared Kelnick. Batting seventh and in center field, Jake Marisnick. Batting eighth and at third base, Luke Williams. And batting ninth at designated hitter, Connor Capel. So one more time for the Braves, it's De La Cruz in right, White at second, Arcia at short, Cooper at first, Tromp at catcher, Kelnick in left, Marisnick in center, Williams at third, and Capel at DH. Now for the Philadelphia Phillies in their 18th game of the spring. They're 8-1 so far here in Florida, led by Rob Thompson, their manager in his 4th season at the helm of the Phillies. Leading off and at shortstop, Trey Turner. Batting second and at first base, Bryce Harper. Batting third and playing third, Alec Boehm. In the cleanup spot and at designated hitter, Kyle Schwarber. Behind the plate and batting fifth, JT Realmuto. Batting sixth and in left field, Max Kepler. Batting seventh and in right field, Nick Castellanos. Batting eighth and at second base, Bryson Stott. And batting ninth in center field, a Buford, Georgia product, Brandon Marsh. So one more time for the Phillies, it's Turner at short, Harper at first, Boehm at third, Schwarber at DH, Realmuto at catcher, Kepler in left, Castellanos in right, Stott at second, and Marsh in center. Braves are wearing their navy blue uniforms, Atlanta written across the chest above the red tomahawk in red lettering. White names on the backs of those jerseys, red numbers trimmed in white with gray pants, a red ball cap with the blue A and a blue brim for the Braves this afternoon. On the Phillies side, they're wearing their white tops and bottoms with the red pinstripes. Phillies written across the chest in red with red names and numbers on the backs of their jerseys. All red ball caps save the Liberty Bell logo across the crown, which is a blue shade. It's a beautiful day here for baseball, Nick, and as we get set for the Braves, again, facing Christopher Sanchez, a tough left-hander, but there's some guys in this lineup that are bidding for spots on that 26-man roster. Brian De La Cruz, Eli White, as well as Jared Kelnick. In particular, I think we're excited to see Eli White at second base.
Yeah, I am too. And, going into this camp, we knew that he hadn't played infield. He was going to get an opportunity to do that. We saw him take some infield earlier during batting practice. It looked great. De La Cruz yesterday had a nice swing, a couple of good at-bats. Garrett Cooper, a couple of good at-bats yesterday as well. I'm excited to see Marisnick too. Want to see what he can possibly provide for this team as a veteran guy if they need him. Up and down this lineup, you have guys that are trying to fight for opportunity, whether it's immediately or down the road, and they've got a tough task in front of them with Christopher Sanchez.
And some more news coming out of the National League East as well today. Jeff McNeil for the Mets going on the injured list. So the Mets are now down Jeff McNeil, Sean Manaea, Frankie Montas,
Alvarez,
Francisco Alvarez, Nick Madrigal, and many, many more as we get set for the national anthem here at Baycare Ballpark. The fans rise to their feet. Alyssa Winans has the microphone, and the Phillies are now spilling out onto the field, and they will take the field first before the national anthem. Great crowd on hand, arriving good 3 hours early, in fact, Greeny. We pulled up around 10 a.m. and already many of the parking lots were full. So the Phillies have taken the field. The Braves shuffle out of their dugout. We are just about set for the national anthem. Alyssa Winans singing this afternoon in Clearwater, Florida. Braves and Phillies, and we'll step aside. A beautiful rendition of the national anthem here inside Baycare Ballpark, thanks to Alyssa Winans, and she does it in front of, Nick, what has to be a sellout crowd, and maybe the largest of the spring we have seen across Grapefruit League action. Again, alongside Nick Green, producer and engineer Jonathan Chadwick, I'm Wiley Ballard, stepping in for Ben Ingram this afternoon, and Christopher Sanchez, the left-hander for the Phillies, begins to go to work, digging his left cleat just in front of the rubber, getting it just the way he likes it. We'll take a look now at the Phillies defense. Bryce Harper at first base, his third season at first base since coming in from the outfield. Bryson Stott at second. His double play partner is Trey Turner. At third base, Alec Bohm. And in the outfield, a new addition, free agent signed from Minnesota Twins, Max Kepler's in left, Brandon Marsh in straightaway center field, and Nick Castellanos in right. For Christopher Sanchez so far this spring, he'll be working with JT Real Muto behind the plate. This will be his fourth start. No record yet, but a .235 ERA. In 7 2/3 innings, he's given up just 5 hits, walked just 1, and struck out 12, yet to allow a home run. And Nick, entering the season, I think you can make a case that he really is the number 2 arm on this staff, ahead of Aaron Nola, behind Zach Wheeler.
I think you can say that. No doubt about it. I like the fact they're splitting Wheeler and Nola up as well. Then you have Ranger Suarez and Luzardo on the back end of that rotation as well. But Christopher Sanchez, he just keeps getting better and better. When you look at what he was able to accomplish last year versus the year before, the ERA got better. The strikeouts did dip a little bit, but he doesn't give up a lot of hard contact, gets a lot of chase. The changeup's filthy. He's a sinker, changeup, slider guy. Can get lefties and righties out, and a ton of ground balls.
Brian De La Cruz climbs in front of blue chairback seating that is packed from foul pole to foul pole. And the first pitch is taken on the inside corner. We are open for business on this beautiful Thursday afternoon. Game time temperature 73 degrees, and the wind, strong gusts 10 to 15 miles per hour, blowing out straight away from right center. And the 0-1 pitch. Fastball misses high. 1 ball and 1 strike from Sanchez. So far this spring, De La Cruz hitting .333, a couple of doubles. This could be a spot we see him starting against a tough lefty. The pitch. Lifted down the right field line, slicing towards foul ground, and just in front of the line, Nick Castellanos will make an over-the-shoulder grab for the first out.
Actually shocked that ball stayed fair.
9 seconds, number 36.
Might have been that wind we talked about blowing out towards right center. I'm with you, though. I thought that was ticketed for the seats, if not the grounds crew area there beyond the last section of chairbacks down the right field line. Either way, 1 down. Here in the top of the first, Eli White steps in from the right side. And the pitch misses down and in as White shuffles his knees out of the way. Braves second baseman, 30 years old. The 1-0, wave and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. So far this spring, 8 for 19 with a home run. He's also played some good defense on the right side of the infield. The 1-1. Swing and a liner. Smoked into right center field. That'll touch down and take 2 big hops before getting off the wall. It'll be a 1-out double for Eli White as he coasts into second with his 9th hit of the spring, now hitting .450.
Nice job, too, staying on the fastball away. Sanchez got him to chase the changeup the previous pitch. Didn't bother him, stayed closed, and Eli White continues to swing the bat well this spring.
So runner aboard at second, 1 out here in the top of the first. Orlando Arcia batted in the 3rd spot this afternoon, greeted with boos from the Philadelphia fans. Sanchez a look towards second at Eli White. Bryson Stott bluffing, trying to keep him close as the first pitch to Arcia misses down and in. 1-0. Of course, Philly fans haven't been too fond of Orlando Arcia since that playoff series a couple of years ago. The 1-0 offering. Swing and a hard hit ground ball slapped out to second. Stott gives room, and from the edge of the outfield grass slings on to first. Eli White motors up to third. 2 away.
These fans just can't let it go, huh?
Part of me wonders if Orlando said, you know what, I will come on this hour-and-a-half trip just for that. So 2 away. Here in the top of the first inning, no score, Braves and Phillies. Garrett Cooper clambering in from the right side and filling up that batter's box at 6'4". The pitch, swing and fouled high and out of play, strike 1.
Got up next to him earlier today, and he's a big old boy.
He's listed at 6'5", 235. I shorted him an inch.
Marisnik is huge, too. I forgot how big he was as well.
0-1 on Cooper, leads the Braves with 5 doubles this year. The 0-1. Cut on and missed. 0-2, of course, I should say, this spring.
It's a good changeup. Christopher Sanchez, speaking of height, is listed as 6'1", but he looks taller than that. Listed at 165. We can kind of agree on that. Maybe 175, maybe.
He's got those sleek calves with the knee-high red socks and the bright white cleats. He's ahead in the count, 0-2. Sanchez delivers, and Cooper spoils it foul. Remains 0-2. Sanchez during the regular season last year, over 180 innings, made 31 starts. And you mentioned his fastball velocity anywhere from 94 to 96 last year. So far in the spring, it's been closer to 97, 98.
A bunch of 96, 97s so far.
White takes his lead at third. The 0-2 to Cooper. Taking a touch low. Cooper raises the black barrel over his jersey number 59, fiddling his white fingers in the glove. The pitch is hacked foul over the netting. Remains a ball and 2 strikes.
Good at bat. Fouling off some pretty good changeups. See if he can get a sinker up in the zone. Looks like the approach is to the opposite field.
Another 1-2 pitch coming. Misses up and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. One at 96. Cooper split time with the Cubs and the Red Sox last year, released by the Red Sox in midsummer last season. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a bouncer up the third base line, just foul. And there will be an 8th pitch in this at bat for Garrett Cooper. We're scoreless here in the top of the first. Eli White with a 1-out double into the right center field gap. Moves up to third base on the Arcia ground out. Garrett Cooper trudging back into the batter's box after running up the line on that nearly fair ground ball.
Did you see the Fanatic earlier?
Was he coming in on ATV? Is that what I saw?
Yes, he did. I guess he's obligated to come to home games.
2-2 pitch. Low, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Good eye by Cooper, grown from Philly fans, and they're going to challenge it. We do have automatic ball strike challenging system. JT Realmuto asked for it, and it is just low and away, missing by about 2 inches.
I like it. I like it. See if Garrett Cooper can finish this at bat off with a base hit. It's been a good one.
Trying to drive in a run with 2 outs. The payoff pitch. Down and in, ball 4, and Garrett Cooper works a 9-pitch, 2-out walk.
95th, number 45, Chadwick Tromp.
So we'll pass the baton back to Chadwick Tromp. Turning 30 years old next week, Trumpy. JT Realmuto comes out from behind home plate, relays the signals to the infield. Turner takes a few steps towards the hole. It's short, and Bryson Stott shading up the middle against the right-handed hitting Trump. No score, top of the first. Here's the pitch. Taken for a called strike. 0-1. Mark Carlson calling the balls and strikes this afternoon behind the plate. On the bases, Mark Wegner, James Hoy, and DJ Rayburn. Sanchez pauses, now pivots. And a swing and a miss. He snapped off a good-looking slider there. That's a pitch that's improved considerably for him in the last 12 months.
And I think it needs to be a good pitch for him, too, because as a sinker changeup guy, those pitches look similar. Give me something else, something that bores in on the righty, away from that lefty.
Yeah, trying to introduce, I was going to say east and west. I guess, depending on your orientation, he's got the east working with the sinker and the changeup.
Yes.
Got to have something moving west as well.
Threw this slider about 17% of the time last year.
0-2 offering. Swing and a miss. Got him with the changeup. Tromp strikes out. The Braves, after a double from Eli White and a walk to Garrett Cooper, leave a couple aboard. To the bottom of the first, it's the Braves nothing. The Phillies are coming up.
Good calls. They're great in baseball games, and they're even better when you need a law firm. If you've been in an auto accident and need legal representation, do yourself a favor and get the best call there is. One call, that's all. With Ken Nugent and his team. Ken's team fights for you and sticks with you from start to finish, working hard to get you your money quick. Give Ken and his team a call. 404-CALL-KEN.
One call, that's all. Kenneth S. Nugent, PC, Attorneys at Law. 1355 Peachtree Street Northeast, Suite 1000, Atlanta, Georgia, 30309.
Napa has the parts and the expertise to help your business stay ahead of the game. That's why Napa is a proud partner of the 2025 Atlanta Braves. 2 legends driven to win from the field to the open road. While Napa is powering fleets and garages across the country, the Braves are delivering pennants, MVPs, and championships. So no matter the size of your business, Napa are the pros that know how to keep you moving at full speed.
Napa know how.
Hey Braves fans, spring and warm weather are officially here, and you know what that means. Bugs, termites, mosquitoes, ants, and roaches will be out in full force. Luckily, you can trust the pros at Arrow Exterminators to keep your home pest-free inside and out. Arrow Exterminators protects homes and businesses and is the official pest control provider of Truist Park and the Atlanta Braves, so you know that you're getting the best from the best. To set up a free pest inspection, call 888-GO-ARROW or visit arrowexterminators.com. That's 888-GO-ARROW or visit arrowexterminators.com.
At Georgia Power, we know that energy costs are an important part of every budget, and we're committed to providing tools and assistance to make a difference. Learn more at georgiapower.com/myenergy.
To the bottom of the first, we are scoreless between the Braves and the Phillies. Anderson Pilar getting the start for Atlanta, working with catcher Chadwick Tromp, and Trey Turner stepping into the box from the right side. In the leadoff spot, that could be a change coming this year for the Phillies. Pilar making his first start of the spring, and his first pitch is taken on the inside corner for strike 0-1. On the infield, Garrett Cooper at first for the Braves, Eli White at second, Orlando Arcia at short, Luke Williams at third. The 0-1 pitch is sprayed foul into the netting, 0-2. In the outfield, Jared Kelenic patrolling left, Jake Marisnick keeping watch in center, and Brian De La Cruz stationed in right. A couple of low 90s fastballs here from Pilar. The 0-2. Breaking ball misses outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pilar so far this spring, 4 2/3. He's got an ERA of 3.86 across his 5 appearances. He's given up just 6 hits, walked 3, and struck out 10 in 4 2/3. 1-2. Swing and a fly ball lifted deep down the left field line. It is sailing, carrying, and out of here in the front row of the Frenchie's restaurant. Just inside the left field foul pole. It's a leadoff homer for Trey Turner, and the Phillies lead 1-0.
Pilar tried to get that slider out over the plate, get the chase with 2 strikes, and Trey Turner, one of the best in the game, reaches out, kind of hung inside and right down the line.
That is just his second hit of the spring now, Nick. He is 2 for 18. And the Phillies lead 1-0. Here's Bryce Harper from the left side. Pilar fires. Clips the outside corner, 0-1. Well, we mentioned it's a fully operational Phillies lineup this afternoon. They've got 9 big leaguers in there, including several all-stars, as they challenge that last pitch. And I will say it missed by less than a 1/10 of an inch, but it is ruled a ball. So Bryce Harper challenges.
I like the ABS as well, how fast it is.
No kidding. Not paying attention, you might miss it.
That's exactly right.
So 2-0 on
pay
Harper.
attention.
Yeah, we're counting on you, Greeny. The 2-0. Swing and a miss.
Good slider. Pilar's strikeout numbers have been good. Last year, over 3 different levels, 37 games, 71 strikeouts in 58 innings. Only 13 walks.
That was in the Marlins system, as you said, from high A, double A to triple A. 2-1. Bounces in the dirt in front of the batter's box. Harper has to hot-foot it out of the way. 3-1. And it continued this winter. He played in the Dominican League, Nick, and struck out 27 men in 21 innings. He walked only 2. Behind in the count, 3-1 to Bryce Harper. Pilar reaches back, cuts it loose. And a foul off the glove of Chadwick Trump. Count now full. No score, bottom of the, or beg your pardon, 1-0. Trey Turner with the solo homer. Here in the bottom of the first inning, nobody out. 3-2 pitch. Swing and pulled foul on the ground towards the Braves dugout on the first base side. A high hop off the railing. That carries him all the way into the photography well. Bryce Harper preparing for his 7th year as a Philadelphia Philly. That matches the 7 years he spent in Washington. 3-2. Swing and a fly ball, driven well, but well foul down the left field line. Hard to believe he spent as many years in Philly now as he had in D.C.
I was about to say the same thing. It's one of those instances where the player comes up so young, you feel like he's on the back end of his career, and he's still not that old.
Another 3-2, taken low. Ball 4. So after the leadoff homer from Turner, it's an 8-pitch walk to Bryce Harper. And here comes Alec Bohm.
Bryce Harper's 32. Turns 33 in October. Accolades are crazy. 2-time MVP, Rookie of the Year, 8-time All-Star, 4-time Silver Slugger. Hall of Fame on the way.
First pitch to Alec Bohm. Swung on and laced down the right field line. That'll touch down to the grass and roll all the way to the wall. Harper jetting towards third. He'll throw on the brakes there as Alec Bohm coasts into second with a double. And the first 3 Phillies have all reached here.
So Pilar hasn't been able to fool many of them. He got Turner reaching on one pitch, but he hasn't been able to get that swing and miss. And a great at-bat by Harper. First pitch, fastball up and away, and boom. Lines it to right. Now you have second, third, nobody out.
And a 1-0 lead for the Phillies. That leadoff home run from Trey Turner. And now here's Kyle Schwarber. We're accustomed to seeing him in the leadoff spot, Nick, but Phillies manager Rob Thompson was talking about perhaps shuffling things up. Trey Turner might be more comfortable batting at the top of the order. First pitch to Schwarber. He's taken for a strike by the left-handed hitter.
I actually like that better. I know the idea of Schwarber being able to get on base a lot, and that's why you put him in the leadoff spot, but he's a run producer for me, good at bats in big situations.
Oh, one taken low.
You put him up in a situation like this, and it's okay. If you're gonna pitch around him, he's gonna take the walk. If you make a mistake, 3 runs are coming in. I never really understood fully him in that leadoff spot.
The 1-1. Cut and a miss. As Pilar got a fastball past him, 1-2. Still nobody out in the inning. Phillies leading 1-0. Harper at third, Alec Boehm at second after his double. And it's a ball and 2 strikes on Schwarber, who led the Phillies in RBI last year. The pitch is taken outside.
Yeah, don't give me the guy hitting 38 home runs, driving 104 out of leadoff spot.
It was unconventional, if nothing else. Pilar gazing into Trump. The 2-2. Taking just a touch high and maybe a tad off the plate. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Schwarber. Pilar, he's working on some, I don't know if it's chewing gum out there or something else, but as he comes set, you can see that jaw moving up and down. The righty's payoff. Swing and a tapper foul, first base side.
Actually was wondering how that deal would work out for Philly signing Schwarber. 4 years, right? He's got 1 more after this year. The average down the first 2, but still power production huge in all 3 years.
3-2, swing and a miss. Pilar beats him on the outer half, and that's the first out of the inning, a strikeout.
Good fastball away. It looks like Schwarber's looking something cutting in. Got the fastball away. Got him off balance.
Speaking of how players might age, contracts, JT Realmuto missed time this past season with knee surgery. He steps in, batting from the right side. The first pitch, taken low and away, ball 1. Phillies have runners at second and third, bottom of the first inning, 1 down. And Philadelphia already with a 1-0 lead. Trey Turner, a leadoff homer. Pilar is ready. He comes set at the waist. And the 1-0. This is downstairs, 2-0. JT Realmuto, a free agent at the end of the year. I think they've gotten a pretty good deal on that 5-year contract. The 2-0. It's inside 3-0, although he played a career low 99 games last year with that knee injury.
But that's the fear of signing the long term. You go 6 or 7 years, now it's, okay, he's 33. How does that age?
3-0. Taken for a strike. And on top of that, you've also got a guy in Realmuto who wants to play every day,
He's
too.
still really good. It's not like he's not good. Got to keep him healthy.
3-1 pitch. Swing and a fly ball belted deep center. Marisnik going back. He'll watch. It's off the top of the fence and a long carom back towards right center. Harper scores. Boehm scores. And it's going to be a stand-up triple for JT Realmuto. And it's 3-0 Phillies.
Not the start that Pilar wanted. It's one of those tests that you challenge yourself to and try to make pitches, try to get outs. You make mistakes against this lineup, and they're going to barrel it up.
Third extra base hit of the inning for Philly, and now here's Max Kepler, really the one new addition to this lineup in 2025 as the infield comes in for Atlanta. First pitch, swing and a miss. Something beneath the knees. 0-1 on Kepler. Spent the last 10 years of the Minnesota Twins. Known as a right-handed hitter with a good eye. The 0-1 offering. Down and in. One and one on Kepler. A left-handed hitter, Nick. Got to get my eyes checked. 1-1. Down and in, 2 balls and a strike. But again,
I have glasses. I don't know if they are the correct prescription or not, but I could let you borrow them.
I appreciate that.
I'll borrow JC's and let him kind of figure it out.
2-1 pitch. Just missed outside. 3 balls and a strike on the left-handed hitter, Max Kepler. Another veteran player, though.
Looking for a little bounce back. 8 home runs last year, 24 and 23.
3-1 pitch. Swing and fouled high and out of play, 3-2. Still in the bottom of the first inning, 3-0 Phillies, and only 1 out.
I always like Kepler with Minnesota. At 36 home runs back in 2019. Although every time I go back and look at those numbers, I question the balls.
Pilar, a long pause. That was 3-2 pitch. Swing and a ground ball shot right to the second baseman, White. It kicks off his glove and dangles behind him. A recovery, quick throw to first. They still get the out. But Real Muto does come across to score. Good recovery there by Eli White. But again, traditionally an outfielder, playing infield in that time. And that hop just got a little in on him quick. Manager Brian Snitker now coming out. Looks like the Braves will make a change here.
Tough ground ball for Eli White. About a step to his left.
So Anderson Pilar records just 2 outs, gives up 4 runs, and the Braves are going to go to the bullpen. We were talking about this Phillies lineup, though, Nick. I mean, there's so many veterans. They really haven't changed many pieces over the last few years. MLB.com came out with a list of the top lineups in baseball. They were ranked number 4 in Major League Baseball, but number 3 in the National League East, with the Mets and the Braves ahead of them.
Well, you look at their roster, they didn't have to do a whole lot. You acquired Luzardo, which I thought was a really good move. Romano on the back end of the bullpen. Kepler, they needed somebody to fill in left field. He's that guy. And then Joe Ross also, they signed to a 1-year deal. So there wasn't a whole lot to do. And I know fans get frustrated with teams not making enough moves, but that Phillies lineup has been very solid for quite some time, and I think they're going to continue to be solid.
So Austin Smith has come on in relief for the Braves, replacing Anderson Pilar, who gets just 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. It was his first start of the spring. He'd given up just 2 runs in his first 5 appearances, but touched up for 4 here, including a Trey Turner homer, an Alec Boehm double, and a JT Real Muto triple. And so the Phillies with a 4-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. Austin Smith continuing his warm-up pitches. And what can you tell us about the right-hander, Nick?
Last year played across 3 levels with the Braves. Rookie league, high A, double A. 17 games in double A with a 9.19 ERA. 6'4" righty out of Cedar Park, Texas.
And now Bryson Stott will bat from the left side. First pitch. He's taking high ball 1. Was a late change to the lineup.
Okay, I was wondering the same thing.
Oscar Mercado.
I'm like, this is not Nick Castellanos.
Yes.
And I know Max Kepler just hit.
The 1-0 pitch is taken for a called strike. It was originally going to be Castellanos in right, batting 7th. Instead, they'll put Oscar Mercado in right field. Stott and Brandon Marsh move up a spot in the order. The 1-1. Cut on and missed. 1-2. And Stott steps out, asks for time. Base is empty. 2 away. Smith comes set at the tomahawk. Right-hander kicks and fires. And just misses. 2-2.
Pretty good pitch away.
Bryson Stott, one of the few younger pieces in this lineup. He's 27 years old this year. 2-2. Swing and a weak ground ball out to second. White charges, fields on the second hop, flips underhand on to Cooper at first, and that ends the inning. But the Phillies score 4 runs on 3 hits, and at the end of one, it's the Phillies 4 and the Braves nothing.
Whatever your passion, South College can help you succeed doing something you truly love. For me, that's surgical technology. Surgical technologists are vital to surgeons and an essential part of the surgical team. The South College Associate of Science and Surgical Technology program is designed to provide students with training to help care for patients, prepare surgical supplies, maintain aseptic conditions before and during surgery, and assist surgeons during surgical procedures. To find out more about South College's Atlanta or Marietta campus, visit south.edu. South College, where dreams find direction.
Why is it important to shop local? Hi, I'm Jaron Solomon from Solomon Brothers Jewelers. As we come back as the preferred jeweler of the Atlanta Braves, we find it to be very powerful that we are aligning ourselves with the community and that we are here for you every step of the way. We've been here for over 40 years and we're not going anywhere. So shop with confidence with Solomon Brothers Jewelers at any of our 3 locations in Buckhead, Alpharetta, and Sharpsburg, and we'll be here for you generation to generation.
Georgia is home to over 600,000 veterans who play an important role in strengthening our communities. The Warrior Alliance is recognizing these contributions at the 4th Annual Veteran Impact Awards and Gala on Thursday, May 22nd at the Coca-Cola Roxy Theater at the Battery, Atlanta. You may participate by nominating a Georgia veteran for their exceptional service after military service in categories such as first responder, healthcare, education, military spouse, and more. Go to thewarrioralliance.org today and submit your veteran nomination.
Phillies with a 4-0 lead as we march to the top of the second inning. Christopher Sanchez stranded a couple of runners on the corners in the first inning. He's back to work here in the second, and he will face Jared Kelnick, who gets a chance to take on a tough left-handed hitter. It's a good opportunity for Kelnick to prove he can hit both ways.
Yeah, I wanted to see him be able to play against lefties and righties last year.
First pitch from Sanchez. Rides up and in, and I suppose it caught a piece of Jared's bat, not his thumbs. Strike one.
I think the idea was that he's so talented that he could get it done, but you got to give him a chance. And it can be a challenge when you're on a team that is trying to win, not necessarily develop, to give them that opportunity to face those tough lefties, because you know it's going to be a challenge. You know there's going to be some tough steps along that road. And you think he's got the talent to do it, no doubt about that, but can he consistently do it? That's the question.
Sanchez with the 0-1. Bounces one to the dirt. Ball and a strike on Kelnick. And that's really a struggle across baseball, I think, Nick, because obviously you want to get the platoon advantage as often as possible, now more than ever. Mm-hmm. You know, I think of Jock Peterson when he was coming up with the Dodgers. He never got a chance.
No, but he could do it.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw it with Atlanta where he had some tough lefties where he faced shooting the ball the other way, shortening up.
The 1-1. Swing and a grounder pulled foul. High bouncer into the Braves dugout.
And I've always been an advocate of, if you're going lefty-lefty, shorten that swing up a little bit. That's going to help you against the righty as well.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Kelnick down on strikes.
Good slider. And that's where Sanchez can get lefties out as well. It's not just sinker in, change up in. He's got that good slider away that gets a good bit of chase as well.
Now Jake Marisnik wearing the high navy blue socks beneath his gray trousers. 4-0 Phillies here in the top of the second. Base is empty and one away. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Fed Jake something off speed there to start the at-bat.
Looked like slider in on his hands.
Marisnik 4 for 20 so far this spring. The pitch. Missed outside. It's been in 9 different organizations over the last 4 seasons. He has bounced around a good bit. The 1-1. Swing and a ground ball peppered out to second. Bryson Stott scarfs it up and fires on to first for the second out.
Number 65, Luke Williams, third base.
And now Luke Williams. He's had a tough spring offensively, but has shown his speed on the bases a little bit. 28-year-old from Park Ridge, Illinois. The pitch. Down and in, ball 1. Who's going to occupy those final couple of bench spots for the Braves? Of course, you'll have your backup catcher, likely Chadwick Trump. 1-0. Swing and a hard hit grounder, just foul. Right over the, just left of the third base bag. 1-1. Other candidates, you've got Luke, Nick Allen, Christian Cairo, Rule 5 pick. Braves, like the Phillies, have a lot of their lineup already solidified, of course. 1-1. Misses down and in. 2 balls and a strike.
There are typically a lot of spots open for teams that continue to compete every single year. You typically have 8 guys that are locked into spots.
The 2-1. Swing and fouled out of play high over the first base dugout and over the roof here at Baycare Ballpark. 2-2 now on Williams. You talk to people around the game, you know, there have been seasons where you feel like there may be a handful of teams not necessarily trying their absolute hardest to win in a given year. But this year it feels like, okay, White Sox, Marlins, maybe the Rockies, everybody else feels like they're going for it. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a line drive parachuting into center field. That'll drop down for a base hit. And Luke Williams, 2-out knock here in the second inning.
Good job by Luke getting a changeup up in the zone. Anytime you get that changeup up from Sanchez, you have to be able to take advantage of that. He's got some good arm side run with it. That was a little flat.
So that extends the inning for Connor Capel, who steps in from the left side. Capel played in the Mexican Winter League this past winter. Spent last season in the Reds organization. Made an appearance in the big leagues. Sanchez kicks and deals. And hums a fastball in for a strike, 0-1. Phillies a 4-0 lead here in the top of the second. On a breezy Thursday afternoon in Central Florida. Little cloud cover provides some shade across the ballpark just now. The 0-1. Taken inside. Capel out of Katy, Texas. Committed to the University of Texas, where his father pitched, but signed out of high school. The 1-1. Swing and a line drive, snared into right, and it's past a diving Oscar Mercado. It'll roll all the way to the wall. Williams dashing around third. He'll set sail for home, and it's going to be an RBI triple for Connor Capel. The Braves are on the board, now trailing 4-1.
That's that secondary pitch you want up, where you don't chase down. That was up, and Capel was able to hit a hard line drive to right. Mercado trying to make a play, and in hindsight, probably should have just let it bounce in front of him. Needless to say, Braves put one on the board.
And now Brian De La Cruz flew out to right in his first at bat to Mercado. And the pitch. Swing and whacked foul high in the air over the first base dugout. On the flip side, we're talking about Kelenic facing a tough lefty. De La Cruz, this is a spot where he could get that start for Atlanta in the regular season against a tough lefty like Sanchez. The 0-1. Fastball taken on the inside corner, 0-2. De La Cruz lifted his elbows up. Looks like he wants to challenge the call, and he will. So here comes the review up on the video board, and it is indeed a strike. About half the baseball had the plate.
Guys are going quick with the challenges. We're only in top of the second.
Already seen 2 failed challenges, 1 for each team. Bryce Harper was successful with his challenge. The 0-2. Swing and a shattered bat. The ball races out to short, where it's scooped up by Trey Turner. But the bat, the head went helicoptering out past the mound to the left of Christopher Sanchez. Everybody's okay. The Braves score 1 run on 2 hits, leave a runner at third. We go to the bottom of the second. It's the Phillies 4 and the Braves 1.
You love free. And at Ameris Bank, so do we. That's why we're proud to offer worry-free, hassle-free Ameris Bank free checking. Manage your money your way with convenient access to digital, mobile, and telephone banking, all with no monthly service fee or minimum balance requirements. At Ameris Bank, we're with you. For more information or to open an account, visit our local bankers in person or online at amerisbank.com/free checking. Other fees such as overdraft fees may apply. Ameris Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
So you're in the middle of a kitchen update, and you can't tell if that's a faucet stem or a flange. With the Home Depot app, doing doesn't miss a beat. It'll find what you need in a snap, and it'll show you how to find it in store with a tap. Or get it delivered free. For doing that doesn't stop, download the Home Depot app. It's made for doing.
Hard hit ball to short, scooped up and tossed to second. Quick turnaround, it's going to be close. Throws it to first, and he's out. Double play.
A Braves double play is a well-oiled machine, just like Valvoline Instant Oil Change. We'll change your oil in about 15 minutes while you stay in your car. The only thing that'll be out here is your old oil. Drive into your neighborhood Atlanta location today. No appointment needed. Valvoline Instant Oil Change is a proud partner of the Atlanta Braves.
Hurry up and get your Braves tickets for the 2025 season. With great matchups and multiple seating options and packages available, there's something every fan will love. Visit Braves.com/tickets today.
Phillies lead the Braves 4-1. Brandon Marsh will lead off the bottom of the second for the Phillies, facing Anderson Pilar, who was lifted in the first, comes back out here for the second. As Tromp sets up away off the plate against the left-handed hitting Marsh, and the pitch is taken for a called strike, 0-1. A good fastball from Anderson Pilar. Phillies scored their 4 runs in the first on a Trey Turner homer, Alec Boehm double, JT Realmuto triple. The 0-1. That skips in the dirt well short. 1-1 on Brandon Marsh out of Buford High School, just north of Atlanta. Sounded out of high school with the Angels, and now in his 4th season with the Phillies. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Went fishing. Pilar, a Rule 5 pick for the Braves. And trying to give Atlanta a reason to keep him on their roster going into the regular season. The 1-2. This is up and in.
And you watch Pilar pitch, it's kind of a max effort 92-93. Command is not great.
Righties 2-2. Strike 3 called. Freezes Brandon Marsh as he puts a dot on the outer edge. And there's one down.
Good pitch. Fastball away, but you look at his profile and he doesn't have anything that goes to the arm side. It's four-seam fastball. That's what he throws to the arm side. Cutter, slider. I think you could profile him more of a starter if he had something else. Change-up, sinker, something going the other way.
Now Oscar Mercado takes strike 1 on the inner half. And clearly, I mean, you look at the numbers he put up last year, 71 strikeouts, 58 innings in the minor leagues across those 3 levels in the Marlins system. The 0-1 in the dirt.
He's 27 years old, too, so he's been around and kind of is what he is, I guess, as far as Is he a starter? Is he a reliever? Can he be a long guy? He's thrown over an inning one time this spring.
1-1. Lifted in the air, bending back foul, first base side. Cooper gives chase, but that'll land beyond his reach. Strike 2 on Mercado. Yeah, this will be his 10th season in professional baseball. Has not appeared in the big leagues yet. Mercado asked for time from home plate umpire Mark Carlson. Phillies leading 4-1, bottom of the second inning, 1 out, bases empty. Pilar locks in on Trump's target. The pitch is spoiled foul. That was an emergency hack there from Mercado. Must have been sitting on something off speed. He got a fastball at 93. Mercado cocks the bat over his right shoulder. Pilar delivers. And again, smothered in the dirt by Chadwick Trump. For this Phillies team, Nick, they've won more games than the year before for 6 straight seasons. Went 95 and 67 last year and just dominated at home. They won 2 out of every 3 games, literally. 54 and 27. 2-2. Just off the plate.
Pretty good pitch. Philly's such a challenging place to play. It's become a place where you don't want to go visit. And if you can get out of there with a split, you can get out of there with, at least 1 win, you feel pretty good.
3-2 offering. Low and away, ball 4 as Mercado flips the bat behind him in a pinwheel motion, and he'll jog up to first.
But I also love what they've done with their roster as well. Rob Thompson's been amazing since he took over for Joe Girardi back in 22. His first 2 full seasons, Thompson's. He's been to the World Series and then lost in LCS.
Now Trey Turner bats on the right side, and he offers at the first pitch and comes up empty. Strike 1. Phillies leading 4-1, bottom of the second inning, 1 on and 1 out. You look at the numbers from last season, Nick, they were one of the older lineups in baseball. In fact, the Braves were too. A pickoff throw over to first. I think part of that is due to some of the injuries and having to use some older players like Gio Urshela, Ramon Laureano, etc. But the core of this Phillies team getting a little older, and I think the chatter outside the clubhouse is they're facing some pressure. Their window might be closing. The 0-1. Low and away, 1 ball, 1 strike, as you might expect. Didn't play too well in the Phillies clubhouse.
I think you're going to have to make some adjustments with the roster at some point. Schwarber's a free agent after this year. Same thing with Real Muto.
Pilar's 1-1. Off goes Mercado. The pitch misses inside. The throw down to second is not in time. It's a stolen base for Oscar Mercado, and Chadwick Trump up and down, jumping. I think he thought it was close. Pretty good jump.
But you also have Castellanos aging. What does he have? 2 years left, I think. Does that sound right?
Yeah, he'll be 33 this year. 2-1. Misses low and away. Yeah, for Dave Dombrowski, you'll see a team that comes up short. Kind of want to add a few new ingredients just to mix it up. They haven't done that these last 3 years. 3-1 pitch. Turner came unglued and whiffs big time there at the slider. 3-2.
Good pitch selection. But Dombrowski's not afraid to spend money either. No. Which will keep them in contention no matter what.
Turner steps out of the box, asking for time. Climbs back in, taps home plate twice. Bends deep into a squat, then rises up. Payoff pitch. Just missed. Ball 4 off the plate. Back-to-back walks from Pilar. Runners at first and second now for Bryce Harper. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Atlanta Braves Radio Network.
Atlanta Braves spring training is live on WIFN Atlanta, a Dickey broadcasting station, 1340 and 103.7 FM.
So 2 on, 1 out. Phillies leading 4-1 here in the second. And the pitch from Pilar. is pulled foul on the ground out towards the Braves coaching staff. See Brian Snitker and Rick Kranitz sitting there behind the netting. That kind of reminds me of, I don't know what the name of the park was because they changed it so many times, but down there in Miami. And the pitch is taken high, 1-1 strike, where you remember seeing Bobby sitting there outside the dugout with a glove on.
Oh, Vero Beach.
Foul ball. Yeah, exactly.
Dodgers plays a little challenging. Put the sunblock on your head. No roofs for the dugout.
1-1 strike. Trump sets up outside, and the pitch misses that way. 2-1. No, I'm sure Vero was the same situation, but I was talking about the Marlins Park at the Dolphin Stadium before they moved to their new park.
Was it Joe Robbie?
Yeah, that was one of the names.
Yeah, that was weird.
The 2-1. Tapped foul back behind the plate. There is action in the Braves bullpen. Jonathan Hughes is now warming. Only one out here in the second inning. Austin Smith came in to finish the first inning for Pilar. He's already thrown 22 pitches here in the second. Well over 20 in the first. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a line drive sawed off and dropping into left field. Racing around third, Mercado. Throw coming in from Kelnick, and it is a moment late as Mercado slides in head first and tallies a run home with his left hand. It's an RBI single for Bryce Harper, and now 5-1 Phillies.
Trying to get the fastball up and in, jammed him a little bit. Said we'll stay inside of it. Nice throw by Kelnick to make it close.
And here comes manager Brian Snitker, and Anderson Pilar faces 11 Phillies and retires only 3 of them. So Snit out to the mound, takes the ball, and we'll have Jonathan Hughes coming in to replace Pilar. So tough outing there for the 27-year-old right-hander for the Braves.
Just couldn't get that swing and miss when he needed it. The fastball velocity was 92, 93, so it felt like hitters, once they saw the slider, they felt like they couldn't get beat by the fastball, only at certain spots, and a challenging day.
Yeah, again, faced 10 hitters, retired only 3, a couple of walks mixed in fact 3, and then gave up 3 extra base hits among the 4 knocks total. So Jonathan Hughes, the right-hander, a Georgia Tech product, comes in for Atlanta with runners at first and second.
Hughes spent all year in Mississippi last year, 2-1 with a 3.58 ERA in 34 games. 50 1/3, did walk 23 over those 50 innings and struck out 44.
So Hughes comes in. Well, we have a moment here, Nick. We're 2 weeks away from opening day. San Diego season will be starting 2 weeks and 2 hours from now. Any surprises for you so far these first few weeks in camp? Anything that's jumped out, positive or negative?
I think Nick Allen is a big positive. I know Orlando Arcia has played a lot over the last couple of years. Probably shouldn't play as many games as he has. I think this year, with Nick Allen being able to play defense like he does, I think you might see Orlando get a few more off days. De La Cruz has been impressive. I've liked the at-bats with him. I can't wait to see Drake Baldwin in person. Hopefully we see that tomorrow. Yeah, there's a few guys that have definitely impressed, no doubt.
So 2 on, 1 out. Alec Bohm climbs in from the right side. The first pitch from Hughes is taken outside, ball 1. Bohm with the first pitch double into the right field corner in his first at bat. He had 44 doubles last year for Philly. He led the team. Turner at second, Harper at first. The pitch taken outside, 2-0. Chadwick Trump having to work a little bit here early, as Pilar was missing a good bit to the glove side, and Hughes misses a couple of times there. The 2-0. Swing and a ground ball slapped right up the middle. Hughes drops it, bobbles it, and after juggling it, corrals it and throws to first to get the out. That thing looked like it was covered up like a bar of soap. Just couldn't get a grip on it.
He had the double play at second base as well and tried to rush it, dropped it, then tried to pick it up with his glove instead of his bare hand, dropped it again, then got a bad grip and almost threw it away to first. But with all that said, there are 2 outs now.
And facing Kyle Schwarber with Turner at third and Harper at second now. Phillies leading 5-1. And a swing and a miss. 0-1. Bottom of the second inning. Schwarber preparing for his 11th season in the big leagues as the 0-1's cut on and missed. 0-2. In each of the last 5 full seasons, so excluding 2020, he's had 30 or more homers. Like you said, has been consistent in the power production as the 0-2 is taken low.
I mean, think about him moving to this spot in the order. You're going to have guys on base all day long for him. And that's what you pay guys like him for, is production. Doesn't average is good too, but you pay him to drive runners in.
Here comes the 1-2. Check swing. Appeal down to third. Did not go. So 2-2 on Schwarber. Second baseman Eli White deep in the hole on the right side. Hughes kicks and fires. The 2-2 is whacked deep to right, and that gets out of here in a blink. An absolute rocket to right field for Kyle Schwarber. Clearing the tall batters, clearing the tall wall in right field and landing in the berm. And Kyle Schwarber takes a trot around the bases. It is now 8-1 Philadelphia.
Tough to get a fastball by him. Was touched to right field. And there's the prime example of why you would like to have him if you're Philly fans or you're in that dugout as the number 4 hitter in the lineup.
And if you're Jonathan Hughes, why you'd like to have turned that double play.
Yes, exactly.
So 8-1 Philadelphia. Here's JT Realmuto. And the pitch. Taken for a called strike, 0-1. But yeah, in that ballpark, I mean, it's no wonder he's hit 30 home runs. The last several years, the 0-1, a wave and a miss, 0-2.
And he can hit him anywhere. It's not necessarily a ballpark factor for him, but it definitely doesn't hurt.
0-2. Hughes, a closed set. Now the pitch. Misses down and in. You kind of expected that Philadelphia could put up some numbers today, just given the lineup they had, playing all of their regulars. But 8 runs here in the first 2 innings. 1-2. Swing and a weak ground ball at the second. White charges, shuffling his feet, and quickly slings on to first to end the inning. But the Phillies score 4 more runs on just 2 hits, including the 3-run homer from Kyle Schwarber. Nobody left. We go to the third. It's the Phillies 8, the Braves 1.
At Marietta Eye Clinic, we understand the importance of good vision. Whether it's reading, driving, or playing sports, clear vision is essential. And we have all the bases covered, from annual eye exams and our full-service in-house optical department to advanced surgical procedures and management of serious eye diseases. Marietta Eye Clinic's 35 expert doctors and staff provide award-winning eye care. Pick from one of our 12 Atlanta area locations and schedule an appointment online at MariettaEye.com. Marietta Eye Clinic. Your vision is our priority.
With all the money you can save on gas when you use the Club Citgo Rewards app, you're good to go. But good to go where? Good to go fly first class?
Hot towel.
Cool. Good to go to the opera. Good to sit ringside at a boxing match. Good to go salsa dancing? Tap dancing? Or polka dancing? Download Citgo's money-saving Club Citgo app today. The easiest way to save money on fuel. Now you're good to go.
City of Hope. We're more than just a top-ranked cancer hospital. For over 100 years, we've been making breakthroughs, pushing the limits of what's possible, targeting cancer at the molecular level, pioneering treatments used worldwide. At City of Hope, your entire cancer-fighting team is bound together by a single mission, to cure your cancer. And now City of Hope is closer than ever, providing the cancer care all patients deserve. Learn more at cityofhope.org.
Phillies with an 8-1 lead over the Braves as we go to the top of the third inning. Christopher Sanchez still working for the Phillies. It'll be Eli White leading off for Atlanta. A gorgeous Thursday afternoon here in Clearwater, Florida. You look out at the berm, Nick. I mean, it looks like a beach on the 4th of July. There's not an inch of space. If I hadn't seen the grass out there earlier, I wouldn't be convinced there was grass out there.
I was about to say the exact same thing. Feels pretty good for a spring training complex to pack it in like this.
So here comes Eli White stepping in from the right side. High navy blue socks, red batting gloves. And hoists the barrel just behind his neck. The pitch. Fastball in for a called strike on White. He has gotten a few chances out there at second base today defensively. The 0-1. And a liner on one hop smoked right out to Turner. A long throw, and Turner gets White for the first out. Now Orlando Arcia. Speaking of infield defense, there's been some talk of Trey Turner perhaps moving off of shortstop in the coming years, Nick.
He's too athletic, though.
The fielding percentage.
For me,
yeah,
I don't know how he makes so many errors.
Exactly. Here's the pitch. Up and away, ball one. He's been working with Bobby Dickerson a good bit, but
I know that he can get a little lackadaisical. He'll catch, and then he'll kind of come out of his legs a little bit.
1-0 to Arcia is taken for a strike on the inside corner. Arcia tried to fly his hips backward, but it had the plate.
And a lot of times you'll get throwing errors by doing that, but
the 1-1 swing and a hard hit grounder. Scalded out to Alec Bohm. Scoops up. Third baseman tosses across and retires Arcia. 2 outs on 5 pitches for Sanchez. Phillies leading 8-1 here in the third.
I mean, you could move him to second base easy, and he'd be, I think, an elite second baseman. I have seen some routine ground balls where Trey Turner boots the routine one, and at second base, you would be able to clean that up. And if you boot it, you still have time to pick it up and throw them out, but not at shortstop.
First pitch to Garrett Cooper. Watches it go for a strike at the knees, 0-1. What was it Braves third base coach Matt Tuiasosopo was telling us today? It's a little slower out at second base than on the left side?
It's a lot slower.
The 0-1. Up and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. And at first glance, you wouldn't think it's that much slower, but you start to think about it, and it's a shorter throw. The 1-1 is up and away, 2 balls and a strike.
If you bobble a ball on the left side, depending on the speed of the ball, it's a problem. So your first step's crucial. If you don't read the ball off the bat as well as you should, you tend to make some unnecessary errors.
The 2-1 is hit sharply foul over the first base, took out 2-2. Well, we saw earlier today Eli White playing in at second base. He had a ball kick off his glove. It went behind him. He races back and still gets the out at first. 2-2 on Cooper. Sanchez deals and misses down and in. 3-2. We saw Cooper work a 9-pitch walk in his first at bat against Sanchez.
2 for 4 with 2 doubles yesterday. RBI on the second double.
Another payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. And Cooper's down on strike. So 1-2-3 inning for Christopher Sanchez. First for either side so far this afternoon. We go to the bottom of the third. It's the Phillies 8 and the Braves 1.
The baseball stars of Atlanta are down in Northport training to take their game to the next level. You could also be getting ready to take your career to the next level with a professional MBA from Kennesaw State University. Why the KSU MBA? Because the average salary increase for the KSU Executive MBA program is 20% after graduation. MBA graduates see an average salary increase of more than $1 million over 30 years. Ready to take your next step? Learn more and get Get started today at KSUMBA.com.
Meanwhile, at Xfinity.
We engineered Xfinity Internet with 99.99% network reliability.
Plus, Xfinity Mobile with Wi-Fi Power Boost gives you ultra-fast Wi-Fi at home and on the go.
Posting my tap dancing videos is easier than ever.
Now through April 17th, get 300 megabit Xfinity Internet and one unlimited mobile line together for $30 a month for 1 year. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Requires paperless billing and autopay to stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment taxes and fees extra. After promo regular rates apply. Xfinity Internet required. Actual speeds vary.
Lexus invites you to experience the power of choice. From hybrid to plug-in hybrid to all-electric. Whichever Lexus electrified model you choose, it will undoubtedly feel
amazing.
Get offers on select models at the Invitation to Lexus sales event, now through March 31st. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
At Georgia Power, we know that energy costs are an important part of every budget, and we're committed to providing tools and assistance to make a difference. Learn more at georgiapower.com/myenergy.
Jonathan Hughes back to the mound for Atlanta, facing Max Kepler, stepping in from the left side to begin the bottom of the third. Phillies with an 8-1 lead, putting up 4 runs in the first, 4 more in the second. Hughes working for the third base side of the rubber, kicks and deals, and zips a fastball in for strike one on Kepler. Anderson Pilar got the start for Atlanta. Did not go as he had hoped. The 0-1. This is low and away with a changeup, 1-1. What do you think is going to be the difference in the National League East? I mean, I think the obvious answer is health. Normally, that tends to be a big factor. The 1-1, low and away, 2-1. I think when you look at the Braves, the Mets, and the Phillies, you see 3 teams that could easily be in the top 5 in all of baseball offensively.
Well, health is going to be huge. What McNeil went down today for New York with an oblique, I believe.
The 2-1 missed outside.
So you have, they're going to be hurt early. New York's going to be hurt early. Can they recover? I think they probably can, but you don't know. Can the Braves offense bounce back? I think they can.
3-1, swung on and roped foul down the right field line. Kepler was all over that. 3-2.
You also have to get a few guys healthy. Ronald comes back, that's going to be huge. Spencer Strider comes back, that's going to be huge. The rotation at Philly is unbelievable.
3-2 pitch. Just missed, low and away. Leadoff walk.
I honestly, Wiley, feel like you can make a case for any of the 3 teams. And so, if that's the case, it's going to be health.
Here comes Bryson Stott. Second baseman will bat from the left side. Of course, all 3 of those teams made the playoffs last year. Pitch. Inside, ball 1. And Braves obviously not at full strength. Mets taking down the Phillies and getting to the championship series against the Dodgers.
There's a great chance that all 3 make it again this year. Although the Mets rotation to me is a little shaky.
Especially with Minaya and Montas out as being out of
Clay
commission.
Holmes do in that rotation.
The 1-0 is high, 2-0 on Stott. Hughes falls behind.
If they didn't re-sign Pete Alonso, though, I think that's a difference maker for them being in or out.
Hughes comes set the letters, the 2-0. Missed outside, 3-0. Missed an arm side a good bit here against Bryson Stott.
Went 2-0 changeup.
Now 3-0. The righty kicks. Gets that one over for a strike. Who's the best team in the American League?
I got to go back and look. Yeah. I'm so focused on the National League.
3-1. And a fly ball skied straight away center field. Marisnik is camped underneath it. Now backing up, reaches up and makes the catch for the first out. I think the Yankees would have been the easy answer.
That was my first choice, but they can't be now.
With Garrett Cole out for the season and Giancarlo Stanton without a timetable on his injuries. Here's Brandon Marsh. Caught looking at a fastball in his first at bat. Phillies 8, Braves 1. Bottom of the third. Kepler aboard at first and 1 down. Hughes deals. And misses outside, ball 1.
The AL Central should be fun. Guardians, Tigers made the postseason last year. Kansas City, Minnesota still a solid team.
Speaking of health, they got to stay healthy. The 1-0 missed outside, 2-0. Again, Hughes continuing to miss arm side here. Came on in relief of Pilar in the second. Gave up a 3-run homer to Kyle Schwarber. He's come back out here in the third. A lot of deep counts. The 2-0. Swing and a miss. Hughes took a little something off it. Came inside on Marsh, and Marsh was early. Brandon Marsh with as scraggly hair as always. Big bushy beard. Long strands of hair over his shoulders. 2-1. There's a called strike. Pitcher's pitch. Right on the outside corner.
Got to talk to Tom McCarthy. Brandon Marsh has the same color bat grip as Tom's shirt today. With the yellow.
Good find. 2-2 pitch. This is high. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Another 3-ball count. Feels like the Braves pitchers have been in those 3-ball counts all day. (3-2). Swing and a liner. Poked down the left field line. Out of play, though.
And the deeper you get into counts with these hitters that are of this quality, it can be tough to put them away unless you have elite stuff. And unfortunately, we haven't seen elite stuff so far today. And they've been battling and working deep counts and finding ways to get on base.
Time called by Trump behind the plate. Hughes steps off the rubber. Resets as he pins the fingertips of his glove on his front hip. Right-hander comes set just outside the ear from the third base side of the rubber. He delivers. And the pitch misses outside. Kepler was off with the pitch, but he'll be forced up the second anyway with the walk to Marsh. And now they're 2-1 with 1 out.
Saw 12 walks yesterday, 5 already today for Braves pitchers.
For what it's worth, entering today, the Braves did have the best ERA in the Grapefruit League.
I mean, last year was so good.
The pitch is in for a called strike. Going 1 on Oscar Mercado. Batting from the right side. Phillies leading 8-1 here in the bottom of the third and threatening again. 1 man out. The 0-1. Misses up and in. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Last year, the Braves staff as a whole led Major League Baseball in ERA at 3.49. Starters and relievers were both really, really good.
Hughes pauses, now delivers the 1-1. Misses up and in. 2 balls and a strike. And considering Spencer Strider did not pitch at all, and now looks like the Braves are going to challenge that last call.
We aren't very good at it.
And just missed high by 1/2 an inch. So the call is confirmed, and the Braves are out of challenges. So 2-1 on Mercado. Now time called by Mercado.
And I get it from Trump's perspective. 1-1 count could have possibly gone to 1-2. Runners on first and second. We needed that strike.
Will Silva warming the pen for Atlanta. The 2-1 pitch. There's a called strike. 2-2. But lead Major League Baseball in ERA without Spencer Strider. And that is a question coming into the year. Can Spencer bounce back? Second elbow surgery in his career. 2-2 is fouled back and out of play over the roof here at Baycare Ballpark.
I'm curious to see where his velocity is. I haven't seen any reports on where it is. I've seen reports on the stuff being really good, but does he get back to 98, 99?
2-2. Misses up and in. Mercado hits the deck. The runners will move up on the wild pitch. Not sure if that was a changeup or a breaking ball that got away from Hughes, but either way, it was headed right towards the dome of Oscar Mercado. So Kepler up to third and Marsh up to second. Three-2. Just missed inside, ball 4. That's now 3 walks to the first 4 hitters here in the third. And that'll load the bases.
Trey Turner.
For Trey Turner, who's already homered once today. So Hughes back in the saddle. Right-hander delivers. And hits the inner half for strike 1 on Turner. Well, ACC matchup here. Trey Turner at NC State. Jonathan Hughes out of Georgia Tech. 0-1 pitch. Fouled back, 0-2. Turner, part of a College World Series team at NC State.
Elliott Avent.
Yep. And the head coach there for close to 30 years. 0-2. Popped high and out of play behind the plate. And that'll land in the back row behind the plate. Nice catch made by a gentleman wearing a baseball cap. Oh, no, he caught it. And then as he was sitting back down, he dropped it. 0-2 on Turner. Bases loaded, only 1 out. Hughes delivers. Swing and a fly ball lifted to left center. Marisnik chasing after it. He's underneath it, just shy of the track. For the second out, he'll make the catch. Max Kepler tallies another run for the Phillies. Marsh moves up to third. Mercado holds at first. It was 2 away here in the third inning. It's now 9-1 Philadelphia. And manager Brian Stidker coming out, and that's going to do it for Jonathan Hughes. So another pitching change here coming for Atlanta. It ought to be Will Silva, the right-hander, coming out of the pen. And Braves gathered on top of the mound. Alongside Jonathan Chadwick, our producer-engineer, I'm Wiley Ballard, filling in for Ben Ingram, and joined by the skimboard extraordinaire, Nick Green.
I knew you'd bring that up
at some point. How are you holding up? I mean, give us the full report here. What happened yesterday?
So, my family and I are staying near the beach, so we went to the beach yesterday. There was a skimboard in the cottages where we are staying, and my daughter wanted to try it. So, there were about 6 guys skimboarding, made it look very easy. She goes out there, tries it a couple times, and that's not real successful. So I was like, okay, I can do this, right? I go out there. I threw the board down great, right? Step on, left foot, right foot, boom, straight on my back. Try it again. I'm like, okay, my glasses go flying everywhere. I give my glasses to my daughter after this because I learned that lesson. Then I go back out. Same thing. Now I fall and brace myself and jam my wrist. Then a couple more times I didn't get anywhere. I just buried it straight in the ground. Then about the 6th try, I did it, fell off, broke my toe. Like legit broke my toe. And so I'm hanging in there. Skimboarding is out for me. Definitely showing my age.
The toe, it doesn't look good. You sent us a picture. Yeah, it's black. And it looks like it's wearing a mood ring or something. So here comes Will Silva. Spent last season in high A with Rome. Our score, Phillies 9, Braves 1. Bottom of the third inning, runners in the corners, 2 out, the pitch. Misses outside, ball 1 on Bryce Harper.
Then I went back, Wiley, and looked at YouTube and saw them make it look easy again. And I said, still, I just can't trust this.
The 1-0. Silva misses low, 2-0. Well, I gotta hand it to you, Greeny. After I take one fall on my back, that's it. I try it once and I'm done.
My wife saw me do it. She said, I thought I had my camera out, but I did not. It just felt like I was videoing.
2-0 was taken for a called strike.
It was bad.
You tried 5 more times after that?
I did. And I had a shirt on, too. I wasn't planning on getting wet. And I got wet.
Harper calls time. Well, you were planning for success.
I thought I was going to succeed. I guess that's the thought every time you try something.
The 2-1. Foul back over the head of Alec Bohm, who waits in the on-deck circle. 2-2. You ever tried surfing or any snowboarding?
No, but I'm questioning, should I try anything now?
2-2. Swing and a miss. Will Silva says, don't try me, Bryce Harper. Punches out the 2-time MVP. That ends the 3rd inning. But the Phillies score another run, this time without the aid of a hit. And they leave a couple aboard. We go to the 4th. It's the Phillies 9, the Braves 1.
At Kroger, an annual Boost membership is better than ever. Save up to $1,100 each year on gas, groceries, delivery fees, and streaming options. With double fuel points, unlimited free delivery, and exclusive savings for members, there's so much to love about Boost. Sign up for a Boost membership today. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
With the crack of the bat and a swipe across the chest, fans are reading the signs. The Atlanta Braves are back for another winning season, and with them is Simply Sport CBD, proud hometown partner of your Atlanta Braves and your hero in recovery. Whether you're warming up for the big game or cooling down after a workout, Simply Sport CBD supports your recovery, helping you to get back to your best life faster. So gear up with the Braves and Simply Sport CBD. Visit simplysportcbd.com to gain that hemp field advantage. That's Simply Sport CBD, your partner in peak performance.
Hey, Braves fans, it's Ben Ingram for Emory Healthcare's Heart Care Services. When it comes to your heart or someone close to you, nothing matters more than receiving the absolute best care. It's crucial to seek out doctors who are renowned experts in their fields, highly skilled, and pushing the boundaries of heart disease treatment. At Emory Heart and Vascular, you'll find a large team of specialized physicians and nurses dedicated to your heart health. They offer more options for customized treatment solutions that work for you. To learn more, visit emoryhealthcare.org/heartcare.
3 innings in the books. The Phillies lead the Braves 9-1. And Braves fans, you can get your vehicle sparkling clean this spring at Tidal Wave Auto Spa, the official car wash of the Atlanta Braves. With over 290 locations nationwide, Tidal Wave is your go-to destination for clean car happiness. Experience clean car shine worthy of the major leagues today at Tidal Wave Auto Spa. First pitch to Chadwick Trump misses upstairs, ball 1. Christopher Sanchez back to work here in the 4th inning. The lefty's 1-0 pitch. Misses high again on Trumpy. We call him that, Trumpy? I hear that on the batting cage a good bit.
Yeah, I call him Chadwick.
2-0. It's fouled straight back. That's because you just don't know a lot of Chadwicks.
I do not. I do know one, but I call him Jonathan.
Aha. You can call him Chad T, maybe. You got Chad T. Sanchez issues the 2-1. Swing and a high pop down the right field line, carrying out towards Mercado, who makes the catch. 1 away. Now Jared Kelnick, 25 years old, out of Waukesha, Wisconsin. Spent the winter up in Wisconsin. Pitch from Sanchez. Swing and a miss, 0-1. In fact, new Braves hitting coach Tim Hires and assistant hitting coach Hugh Quattlebaum traveled to Wisconsin to hit with Kelnick this offseason. Chance to start building that relationship. The 0-1. Swung on and fouled at the plate, 0-2.
You know, I wonder exactly what's said. Because a guy like Kelnick, obviously the talent's there, right? Do you see something that you can adjust as far as his load, simplifying things a little bit? Do you need him to have more rhythm? Or do you just need a change in approach?
0-2 pitch. Low, 1 ball and 2 strikes. One pitch gave him trouble last year was the changeup.
Because if he's slow and early and under control, everything looks so smooth. But then if something changes in the mind,
the 1-2, cut on and miss. Kelenic strikes out. 2 down here in the fourth.
Then you end up taking bad swings, making bad decisions. That right there, the pitch before looked good, and then all of a sudden the next pitch looked bad. So are you changing what you're thinking? Are you trying to duplicate what you just did? Because when you do that, it's hard to do. Can you reset and start over from pitch to pitch?
Here's Jake Marisnick, and he unloads in the first pitch and fouls it straight back. Strike one. When it comes to building a relationship with a hitting coach, how does that kind of start?
For me, it was challenging because I was just trying to make a team.
The 0-1 is at the top of the zone, called a strike 0-2.
Not saying that they don't put the effort into the other guys as well. They will, no doubt about that. But their main focus is the guys are going to be playing. So I think it's a little bit different with a guy like Kelenic.
It's the 0-2, strike 3 called. Jake Marisnick locked up by the fastball. Christopher Sanchez mows through the Braves. Another 1-2-3 inning. He's retired 7 in a row. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It's the Phillies 9, the Braves 1.
When you need a lawyer after an auto accident, don't just choose any legal team. Make the right call with Ken Nugent. Ken is based in Georgia. Other big-name legal teams aren't even from this area. Strike 1. Ken gets you your money quick, while other legal teams waste your time. Strike 2. Ken and his team are with you from start to finish. Other legal teams pass you off to a secondary team. Strike 3. 3 strikes. Those other legal teams are out. One call to Ken. That's all you need. 404-CALL-KEN.
One call, that's all.
Other meal deals leave you craving more.
But wait, there's Marco's.
Marco's Pizza gives you more with our new More menu. More pizza, savory sides, decadent desserts, and more. Starting at just $5 each when you spend $7.99 or more. Try Marco's More menu.
But wait, new breadsticks.
Oh, yeah. Try Marco's More menu.
But wait, new 6-piece wings.
Try Marco's.
But wait, new chocolate Cinesquares.
We're gonna need more airtime. Minimum spend required. Use code More menu with $7.99 minimum spend or code Get More with $8.99 minimum spend. Tiered prices higher at certain locations. Valid on the More menu only. Restrictions apply.
Shooting drills.
A coach who knows the game can teach their team how to improve. But one who genuinely cares about each player
You have what it takes. We got this.
can inspire them to win. At Truist, we believe the same is true for banking. Because when you work with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. Truist, leaders in banking, unwavering in care. Start feeling unstoppable. Visit Truist.com/care. Truist Bank, member FDIC, leading based on top 10 U.S. commercial bank.
Atlanta Braves baseball on the Braves Radio Network is lit by the original Louisiana brand hot sauce, the official hot sauce of the Atlanta Braves. Bring the heat.
Bottom 4 here in Clearwater. Braves trail the Phillies by a score of 9-1. The 5th pitcher of the day for Atlanta is going to be Inel de los Santos, making his 5th appearance of the spring. He pitched on March 6th against the Marlins through an inning and 2/3 with 4 strikeouts. Hasn't allowed a hit while striking out 4 over 4 2/3 scoreless this spring. Last year in 64 games, a 5.2 ERA for De Los Santos.
So 5.2 ERA last year. For what it's worth, he was a little better with the White Sox, had an ERA below 4. One of those 3 teams he pitched for last season. Mostly a 4-seam slider mix. De Los Santos will face Bohm. 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored. 9-1 Phillies. And the pitch. In for a called strike. And De Los Santos, another one of those arms bidding to try and be at maybe the final couple of spots in the Braves bullpen. I think you feel pretty confident. Raisel Iglesias, Pierce Johnson, Aaron Bummer, Dylan Lee. The 0-1 in for a called strike. I think those 4 you feel pretty confident are going to be in the bullpen.
Yeah, definitely. And Daysbell is one of those guys that you want to be in that pen. De Los Santos has plenty of velocity.
0-2. Just missed.
Pretty good pitch. Buck Farmer, another guy. Hector Neris might be in that mix. Perdomo.
De Los Santos comes set. The righty kicks and misses low 2-2. But if those four are written in stone there, we just said Iglesias, Bummer, Lee, and Johnson, that's 4 more spots that the Braves are looking to fill. 2-2. Fouled out of play.
I think a
first base dugout.
Sorry, Wiley. I think a guy like De Los Santos, if you can get him multiple innings too, I think that boosts his chances as well. He's had some good years in the big leagues.
Another 2-2 pitch is on the way. Swing and a miss. De Los Santos carves up Alec Bohm. Another strikeout for the righty. Now 5 in 5 innings this year. He has retired all 14 batters he has faced this spring.
Good slider. Fastball has been up to 98 so far. Slider at 88. Go back to 2022 and 2023 in Cleveland. A 3.04 ERA and a 3.29.
Facing Kyle Schwarber, the pitch swung on and fouled high in the air, out of play over our heads behind the third base on deck circle. 0-1. That fastball at 96. But you're right. If he could give the Braves multiple innings, the 0-1 is down and in, 1 ball and 1 strike. That's a role the Braves need to fill. I think the 4 names we were talking about are probably going to be high leverage arms. So who's going to eat those innings on a day where, maybe your starter doesn't go as deep as you want, or you've used a number of guys on back-to-back days. The 1-1, swing and a miss.
And I think it's important, too, for a guy like De Los Santos, where his role would be kind of in those middle innings, to be able to clean up an inning and go back out and give you 1 more.
That might have been the changeup we saw there against Schwarber. 1-2 in the dirt, 2 balls and 2 strikes. He will bring that changeup in against left-handed hitters to go along with that 4-seam and slider. Out of the Dominican Republic, Inel De Los Santos reaches back and cuts loose the 2-2. Swing and a miss, gets Kyle Schwarber.
Like another good changeup. Staying to that arm side and taking about 10 to 12 miles an hour off the fastball. Good pitch.
Now, I got to think of De Los Santos' mind. He says, if I don't give up a base runner, you guys got to take me, right?
I would think that would earn a spot on the team, I would assume.
Again, this is his 5th appearance this season, or this spring, rather. He's retired all 15 men he's faced. The pitch swung on and skied high in the air, but bending foul over into the blue chairback seating down the right field line. JT Realmuto is 1 for 2 with a 2-run double. Phillies leading 9-1 here in the bottom of the 4th. Big right-hander, 6'3", 235, delivers and misses low and away. The other question is, do you want that third lefty in there? Could Jake Diekman, along with Dylan Lee and Aaron Bummer? 1-1. Swing and foul back.
I think the idea, though, was Perdomo comes back healthy.
Yes.
Strikeout guy, you would have 3 anyway.
2 weeks till opening day. Those decisions are going to have to be made between now and then. The 1-2. Fouled out of play again. This time, Realmuto, as he watches it sail into the seats down the right field line, flips his bat in the air and catches it by the barrel. Realmuto straps back in. De Los Santos fires. Swing and a miss. Carved him up. It's a 1-2-3 inning with 3 strikeouts for Inel De Los Santos as he carves through the heart of the Phillies lineup. Looking good. We go to the 5th. Phillies 9, Braves 1.
At Marietta Eye Clinic, we understand the importance of good vision. Whether it's reading, driving, or playing sports, clear vision is essential. And we have all the bases covered, from annual eye exams and our full-service in-house optical department to advanced surgical procedures and management of serious eye diseases. Marietta Eye Clinic's 35 expert doctors and staff provide award-winning eye care. Pick from one of our 12 Atlanta area locations and schedule an appointment online at MariettaEye.com. Marietta Eye Clinic. Your vision is our priority.
Our story begins with Jackie going to work. She walks into the elevator thinking,
maybe I'll play my extreme scratcher. I could win up to $2 million.
That's the spirit. Scratch away. Hot diggity dog. You're up to your eyeballs in cash, Jackie. Oh, no. The doors are opening.
Whoa, Jackie? Is that you under all that money?
Jackie doesn't work here anymore.
Cool as a cucumber. Play the extreme family of scratchers from the Georgia Lottery and win up to 2 million smackaroos. Play responsibly.
A musician with technical knowledge can play all the right notes. But one who cares enough to play from the heart gives music soul. At Truist, we believe the same is true for banking. Because when you work with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. Truist, leaders in banking, unwavering in care. Start feeling unstoppable. Visit Truist.com/care. Truist Bank, member FDIC, leading based on top 10 U.S. commercial bank.
Bottom of top of the fifth. Phillies lead the Braves by a score of 9-1. The new pitcher for Philly is Tyler Phillips. 6'5", 225 pounds, 27 years old, from Lumberton, New Jersey. Last year appeared in 8 games, 7 starts with Philly, 36 2/3 innings, 6.87 ERA. He's set to face 8-9-1 in the order for Atlanta.
Beginning with Luke Williams, who steps in to bat from the right side. Phillips, big leg kick in the first pitch, leaks through JT Realmuto behind the plate, ball 1. Williams singled and scored the Braves' only run. The 1-0 pitch misses a touch low. 2 balls and no strikes. Phillips peering behind his glove. He's got the sign. The 2-0 is low. 3-0, or heard the sign rather.
I always wonder how challenging it is for these starters to come in relief in a spring training game.
The 3-0. There's a called strike.
You typically find a groove in the bullpen first, come out, settle in, get going right here. It's like, hey, you've got to go attack the zone right out of the gate.
3-1. And a tapper foul that rolls out of the home plate circle up the third base line.
Phillips is a 5-pitch guy, sinker, sweeper, 4-seamer, curveball, and changeup.
We'll see a pitcher with a deep arsenal tomorrow in Spencer Schwellenbach. 3-2 pitch. Pulled foul on the ground again. I heard Spencer giving an interview earlier this spring, Nick, and he was asked, how do you try and keep all those 6 pitches? Why do you have 6 pitches? 3-2 pitch. High ball 4. Williams takes the leadoff walk, and Spencer answered the question and said, well, I have 6 pitches because I need 6 pitches.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a nice bit of humility as well. But
he gets it.
There's other ways to get guys out as opposed to just 2 elite, a fastball and a slider. Here's Connor Capel. Foul straight back. It helps if you throw gas, obviously, and then you got guys who throw some serious gas, like Connor Capel's godfather, Roger Clemens.
Fastball split. Give you some slow curves to steal some strikes.
The 0-1 to Capel. Foul back over our heads behind the third base on deck circle. 0-2. Capel steps out of the box. His father, Mike Capel, and Roger played in college together at Texas. And so Connor grew up close to the Clemens family. Friends with all of Rogers' sons, including Cody, who's in the Phillies dugout today. The 0-2. And poked weakly on the ground. Backhand chance for Bohm. He zips one over to second. Stop for the first out. The turn to first is not in time. But a nice play from Alec Bohm. Had to wait on that ball and then threw a seed on to Bryson Stott at second.
Speaking of multiple pitches and deep arsenals, I think it's so cool now that there's so much data, the slow motion cameras. Depending on how you release the ball, you can change your pitch arsenal to make yourself more effective. I saw it the other day, a video.
Brian De La Cruz bats on the right side. The pitch is taken on the inside corner for a strike.
I believe it was Trevor May talking about supinators, pronators, what pitches work better for each one of those. He was a supinator, so he was talking about the kick change, the new pitch this year.
The 0-1 pitch from Phillips is taken low, 1-1. When you're talking pronation and supination, it sounds like you're talking about robots and Terminators, but
yeah,
supination
goes towards the body.
Yeah, so
pronation goes away when you release.
1-1 on De La Cruz. The pitch, swing and a miss, 1-2. So a pronation would be like a changeup.
Mm-hmm. So if you can't pronate, you can't do the traditional changeup. So now they're calling it a kick change, I guess. I think, what is it, Clay Holmes that is working on the kick change? I think he's making it.
1-2, clubbed in the air, right center field. Marsh racing back. He's looking back. It's off the top of the wall. Williams dashing around third. Matt Tuiasosopo waves him home. The relay is late. It's an RBI double for Brian De La Cruz, and the Braves tack on a run. They now trail 9-2.
Another good swing from De La Cruz, and I was actually talking to Matt Tuiasosopo earlier and asked him who has stood out in camp. The first name he mentioned was De La Cruz. The approach has been really good, not afraid to go the other way. We saw that yesterday on a nice base hit to right. Does it again today, gaps that ball off the wall in right center field.
So Capel comes in to score. Eli White batted from the right side. The pitch. It's taken for a called strike, 0-1. White doubled in the first inning. The 0-1. And a broken bat leaks through the glove of Phillips. He can't find it. It trickles behind the mound, and everyone is safe. De La Cruz to third, White up to first. Thought he had it in his glove, looked in there inside the oyster, and there was no pearl. It will be a base hit.
Yeah, once you drop the ball on Eli White, it's an automatic knock.
On the flip side, when he's in the infield, we saw him have trouble with the ground ball. He was in a race behind him with his speed and still get the out. So it goes both ways. Here's Orlando Arcia. Pitch. Fouled back over the netting behind home plate.
Eli's had a monster spring.
That puts him now at 10 for 21.
455.
Yeah, that'll play. The 0-1 is low. 1 ball and 1 strike. But going back to that kick change, so you're saying that's an alternative for a pitcher who maybe is more comfortable supinating?
Well, think about it. If you don't have a third pitch or a fourth pitch that you need.
1-1, bounced foul third base side.
It's because of the way you pronate or supinate. Then if I could develop one more pitch to change something, then I think it's a big deal. I'd like to see, actually, I'm thinking about Chris Sale because he throws his changeup where he's coming towards his body. He doesn't pronate, if I'm not mistaken.
1-2 to Arcia. And he bounces one out to the right side, charging Stott. He flips on to Harper at first. De La Cruz comes in to score, though, and Eli White up to second. It's now 9-3, Phillies leading. Do you think it's easier to teach a pitch like that, given some of the slow motion cameras, and how much easier it is to really, instead of having to describe how the ball leaves your hand, you can actually see it in slow motion? Here's Garrett Cooper. Phillips deals. Swing and a miss, beats him with a fastball.
I remember talking to Peter Moylan 2 years ago. He went to a lab, and he said he never had a changeup, and they literally taught him how to throw a changeup within minutes.
The 0-1. Swing and a miss 0-2, because so often you go into a bullpen or even playing catch and you try and describe, here's what my sinker feels like, here's the grip I use, you can see that, but as it's coming out of your hand, part of those slow motion videos, you're really limited to how you can verbally describe it. The 0-2. Outside.
It's like talking to Mariano Rivera saying, how do you throw your cutter? He tells you how to throw it. And maybe you can't throw it, period, because you don't throw the same way he does. But because he throws it, has success, you try that, but you don't know how to fix it.
The 1-2 is hit high in the air. Marsh gazing up into the Florida sky, shields it with his glove, reaches up and swallows the final out of the inning. But the Braves add a couple of runs on 2 hits. They leave one. We go to the bottom of the 5th, halfway home. It's the Phillies 9, the Braves 3.
Spring is in the air, Braves fans. As the Braves get Truist Park ready for opening day, it's time to get your lawn in shape too. As the official partner of the Atlanta Braves grounds crew, Pennington knows what it takes to grow a lush, healthy lawn. With over 80 years of history rooted right here in Braves country, Pennington helps you grow a yard you can be proud of. Gear up for spring with Pennington Grass Seed. Available at the Home Depot.
Georgia is home to over 600,000 veterans who play an important role in strengthening our communities. The Warrior Alliance is recognizing these contributions at the 4th Annual Veteran Impact Awards and Gala on Thursday, May 22nd at the Coca-Cola Roxy Theater at the Battery, Atlanta. You may participate by nominating a Georgia veteran for their exceptional service after military service in categories such as first responder, healthcare, education, military spouse, and more. Go to thewarrioralliance.org today and submit your veteran nomination.
The Atlanta Braves Spring Training Series Behind the Braves, presented by Global Payments, is back for the 5th season. Hear from your favorite players and meet the new faces as they get to work in spring training in preparation for the 2025 season. Plus, enjoy exclusive interviews and go behind the scenes to see the team like never before. New episodes drop each week on youtube.com/Braves and locally on Peachtree TV and Atlanta's CW. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves country. For game-changing performance on the field to getting things done around the house, doers make a difference. And when it comes to home improvement needs delivered right to your door, the Home Depot is how doers get more done.
Going to the bottom of the 5th inning, the Phillies with a 9-3 lead over the Braves as Inel de los Santos looks to do something he hasn't done all spring. Hasn't been asked to do, but that is go 2 complete innings. De Los Santos has already thrown a spring-high 16 pitches this afternoon, striking out the side in the 4th. Facing Max Kepler, a left-handed hitter, the pitch. Down and away, ball 1. De Los Santos, in his last outing against the Marlins a week ago, he went an inning and 2/3, although he comes set at the chin, the 1-0. Fought off by Kepler down and in, and he guides it foul out of play down the left field line. 2 of those outs were a line-out double play. It took just 2 pitches. He came in mid-inning and then worked a scoreless full inning afterwards. 1-1 pitch. There's a called strike, 1-2.
I think you could kind of envision him doing that, not necessarily getting the line drive double play out, but do you have strikeout stuff? Yes, you do. Put him out there to clean up an inning, get some swing and miss, and then follow it up with another inning.
The 1-2, and a ground ball pulled out towards first baseman Garrett Cooper. He scoops it up and jogs over to first. 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th. Phillies leading 9-3. Here's Bryson Stott, who's 0 for 2. When it comes to bullpen roles and when you want to go to an elite arm versus maybe go to a different option in the pen, you often hear managers talk about, well, if we don't have the lead, we don't want to go to our A guys, if you will. The pitch. Blowing away ball 1. If you're trailing only by a run, well, in theory, you can bring in your A bullpen and try and create a comeback, but over the course of 162 games, I think managers are a little hesitant to do that because you don't want to use the guy 90 times. The 1-0 is outside 2-0. At what point in the season do you feel comfortable chasing wins like that, if you will, bringing in your A bullpen if you're down by a run or two?
It's got to be later in the year. I mean, you certainly don't want to do that early. You're hoping that you can pick up some wins and save your bullpen arms as well.
The 2-0. Swung on and ripped down the right field line, and that is out of here. Just clearing the right field fence over the Philadelphia World Champion sign. An absolute laser beam from Bryson Stott, and the first base runner that Inel de los Santos allows all spring is a solo home run to Bryson Stott.
Bryson Stott's so good at going down and getting it. This is a fastball, knee high, middle of the plate. Just drops the head on it. It's a bullet to right field. Missed location, taken advantage of.
Third home run today for the Phillies. They lead 10-3 now here in the bottom of the 5th. And Brandon Marsh waiting the pitch. It's outside ball 1. So when you say late in the season, I mean, you're thinking not before September?
No, maybe you start late August, maybe.
Late August.
It depends on where you are in the standings for me and how important every single win is. Obviously, through 162, all wins are important. And you can always go back and look at certain losses that...
And we got a pitch clock violation coming against Inel de los Santos. So it's 2-0 on Marsh.
But you can always go back and look at certain losses and be like, I wish I would have done something different in those situations. But what happens if you blow your guys out and they can't succeed late in the year? I know it's tough for a fan to watch at times, but it's a long-term decision.
The 2-0. Low 3-0. When you see a year like what Raisel Iglesias had or Dylan Lee had, the temptation can be, well, just throw that guy again and we'll only be down by a run going to the 9th.
But you aren't guaranteed to score off a closer either.
Exactly. 3-0. In for a called strike because you're going to be seeing the A bullpen of the other guy.
Do I feel good about scoring a run off Edwin Diaz? I don't know. There are elite closers out there, and I've got to make a decision whether I think I can score a run off them.
3-1 pitch. Cut on and miss. Marsh expanded the zone there, looking for a fastball. I think it might have been the changeup there from De Los Santos, the one he had Schwarber on.
Yeah, it looked like a pretty good changeup.
So full count on Marsh. Will De Los Santos go back to it? Here comes his payoff pitch. Missed outside, ball 4. Marsh wouldn't chase it that time.
And the other factor, Wiley, just to wrap that thought up on the using the high leverage arms, is you don't know exactly what part of your lineup is going to come up in those situations when you're thinking about something that happens in the 7th inning. You just don't know. You can't guarantee the top of your order is going to come up and you're truly going to have a shot to score that run.
So here's Oscar Mercado, the pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Phillies leading 10-3 now here in the bottom of the 5th. Bryson Stott a solo homer. Brandon Marsh a walk. De Los Santos deals. Hums in another strike. A fastball that time, 0-2. Mercado batting in the 9th spot. Asking for time from home plate umpire Mark Carlson. De Los Santos comes set, chin high, and a pickoff throw back over to first. Chasing back Marsh. First of 2 meetings between the Phillies and the Braves this spring. Phillies will come to Cool Today Park a week from today. 0-2. De Los Santos delivers. And a high pop down the right field line. White giving chase, but that'll land just in front of the tarp. And we'll pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Atlanta Braves Radio Network.
Atlanta Braves spring training is live on WIFN Atlanta, a Dickey broadcasting station, 1340 and 103.7 FM.
Alongside Nick Green, producer engineer Jonathan Chadwick, and Wiley Ballard. The pitch, a line drive smoked into right center field. That'll get down for a base hit. Played on one hop by Marisnik. Marsh dashes towards third. It's a single for Oscar Mercado. And the Phillies now have runners at first and third.
Swing, fastball, middle of the plate, line drive to right field.
And here's Trey Turner. His fourth plate appearance. He's 1 for 1 with a solo homer, a walk, and a sac fly. Batting in the leadoff spot for the Phillies. De Los Santos kicks and deals. Swing and a foul high in the air, slicing towards the blue chairback seats just beyond the first base dugout. Strike one. We do want to wish a happy birthday to our own Ben Ingram. Did you get him anything, Nick?
No, I didn't know it was a birthday. Happy birthday, Ben, until you actually said it earlier. You doubled down because you love Ben so much, but I do too.
The 0-1. And a tapper out in front of the mound. That's a fair ball. Trump pounces on it, throws down to first. Cooper then throws back towards De Los Santos at home. Marsh slides in safely. And the best news for Atlanta is that Inel De Los Santos gets up. Maybe a little bit of a limp as Marsh essentially head first right into the lower right leg of Inel De Los Santos. It is 11-3. Phillies adding 2 more runs here in the 5th.
Tough play for Trump. You have to make that out at first base. It was just far enough into that dirt where he didn't have a chance to look back and push Marsh back to third base. Makes the throw and a great read by Marsh at third base.
And now Bryce Harper with Mercado at second. 2 outs in the inning. De Los Santos fires and misses outside, ball 1. Bryce Harper, 7th season as a Philly, his 3rd as a first baseman. The 1-0. Swings and fouls one off to the left. I think for the Phillies, if that's a way to keep Harper on the field there at first base, it's a pretty good solution. Of course, it also helped their lineup being able to squeeze an extra bat into the outfield. 1-1. Off the plate, 2 balls in the strike. He played in 145 games last year, which is the most he's played in since 2019. Harper with a stoic stance, extremely quiet from the left side. De Los Santos unloads and pins a fastball in the outside corner, and Bryce Harper wants to challenge that. And on the video board, it is ruled a ball. Tell you what, Bryce Harper, he's 2 for 2 in challenges.
Say he's good at this thing.
It's almost like he knows the strike zone. So 3 and 1 now after that is called a ball. De Los Santos back to work. And a foul at the plate. And that'll bounce out towards Brian Snitker and Rick Kranitz, who are sitting just behind the first base on deck circle.
You've got to give Bryce Harper a lot of credit for the move to first base as well. 5 outs above average last year, so that transition's been pretty clean for him.
What's the line from Moneyball? Playing first base is easy. No, it's incredibly hard.
It's a lot harder than people think.
Yes. De Los Santos packages his payoff pitch. Here it comes. Swung on and driven. Deep left center field. Circling underneath it is Kelnick. He'll make the catch just shy of the track. And that ends.
Guidance resources are readily available on campus. To find out more about South College's Atlanta or Marietta campus, visit south.edu. That's south.edu. South College, where dreams find direction.
Why is it important to shop local? Hi, I'm Jaron Solomon from Solomon Brothers Jewelers. As we come back as the preferred jeweler of the Atlanta Braves, we find it to be very powerful that we are aligning ourselves with the community and that we are here for you every step of the way. We've been here for over 40 years and we're not going anywhere. So shop with confidence with Solomon Brothers Jewelers at any of our 3 locations in Buckhead, Alpharetta, and Sharpsburg, and we'll be here for you generation to generation.
The Atlanta Braves Spring Training Series Behind the Braves, presented by Global Payments, is back for the 5th season. Hear from your favorite players and meet the new faces as they get to work in spring training in preparation for the 2025 season. Plus, enjoy exclusive interviews and go behind the scenes to see the team like never before. New episodes drop each week on YouTube.com/Braves and locally on Peachtree TV and Atlanta's CW. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves Country.
Top of the 6th inning, Phillies 11, Braves 3. Phillies led 8-1 after 2 innings. Tyler Phillips on for another inning of work after surrendering a couple of runs in the 5th. He'll face Chadwick Tromp, who's 0 for 2 today. Right-handed hitter, using navy blue batting gloves and a grayish barrel. The pitch is taken for a strike on the inside corner as Tromp thrust his hips backward. But it is 0-1 on the Braves catcher. Phillips kicks and deals and misses in the dirt, ball 1.
Well, yeah, when I touched back on Bryce Harper real fast, I shorted him. He was 8 outs above average at first base. Wow. 3rd best in Major League Baseball. Behind, do you know?
The 1-1 and foul at the plate. Trump nearly lost his footing, slipping out of the box and backpedaling in front of the plate. Matt Olson?
Nope.
Freddie Freeman?
Nope.
Christian Walker?
Yep. And Gold Glover, another one.
1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Trump down on strikes. American League, National League?
American.
So we got a mound visit coming for the Phillies. Is that Rob Thompson coming out there? He jogged out there pretty quick. It's going to do it for Tyler Phillips. Phillies will make a pitching change here, which gives me a little extra time to think on that one. I'm confident it's not Tristan Casas.
Nope. Been in the league a long time.
Yeah, I'm running through. Okay, I'm running through the American
Switch
League
hitter
East right now.
Not East.
Yeah.
Central.
All right. Well, at this point, I should be able to get it. Hang on. Oh, not Carlos Santana?
14
really?
outs above average first base last year.
And how old is he? 39 now?
Let's see.
He turns 39 in about 3 weeks.
Wow.
Wow.
Pretty impressive.
And got his first Gold Glove last year. How about that?
But needless to say, Bryce Harper's done a fantastic job.
That was a good one, Greeny.
Well, I only came up with it because I ran across it.
Hey, that's okay. You see something, say something, Nick.
I know.
So the Phillies have gone to the bullpen. An 11-3 lead over the Braves. Atlanta has some good work there from Inel de los Santos out of the pen until that 2-run homer. Or beg your pardon, solo homer from Bryson Stott, part of a 2-run inning. And Bill Krismat has come in to replace Tyler Phillips.
Krismat was in L.A. last year. 5 games, 7 innings, and 2.57 ERA. Been around the league for quite some time. Changeup 70% of the time. 4-seamer as a curveball slider he used sparingly. Doesn't throw real hard, but has had success with that changeup.
You said 70% of the time?
70% of the time.
It's got to be.
Or at least last year it was.
Well, last year, but that's got to be among the highest changeup rates in baseball, right? I mean, Pierce Johnson throws more curveballs than anybody. He was right around 70.
Yep. I don't know if that's ever a great thing, although there are some guys that have lived off secondary stuff and been in the league a long time.
Well, the first hitter that Krismat's going to face is Jared Kelnick. The right-hander swivels, and there's the first pitch changeup that flutters across the plate for strike 1. Kelnick 0 for 2 today with a couple of strikeouts. The pitch. Swing and ambushed foul on the ground. It'll ricochet off the tarp back into fair territory, 0-2. Looked like Kelnick was swatting a fly there with that slow changeup, and he tomahawk chopped it. The 0-2, low, 1-2. Of course, you can throw a pitch that much. That means he's able to throw it for a strike.
And you should be able to throw it to both sides of the plate as well. And then you have enough at 91 to get it by guys.
1-2 is skied high in the air and out of play.
But we saw with Pierce Johnson last year, you throw it enough, you're going to make a mistake at some point. And I think you can make an adjustment based off of that.
1-2 pitch. Swing and a line drive, cracked out to right. But Mercado is there to make the catch on the run. 2 down.
Much better at bat for Kelnick. The 2 at bats against Sanchez didn't look real good, and then hard liner to right off of the right-hander Krismat.
So now Jake Marisnik steps in. Krismat drops his hands, the baby blue glove, the pitch. And in on the fist, a floating line drive, speared out of the air by Bryce Harper on the run. And the Bill Krismat retires Kelnick and Marisnik to send us to the bottom of the 6th. It's the Phillies 11, the Braves 3.
You need all the energy you can get for game day. Luckily at Georgia Power, we know a thing or two about saving energy. We understand that energy costs are an important part of your budget. That's why we're dedicated to providing tools and assistance that can help make a difference, so you can save your energy for the game. Visit georgiapower.com/myenergy to learn more.
When life throws you a curveball, whether it's water, fire, or mold damage to your home or business, you need a winning team. You need ServPro. ServPro's licensed, certified, and highly trained team of experts are here to help, offering fast, reliable, professional restoration services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. As a proud partner of the Atlanta Braves and Braves Country, our teams are committed to performing at a championship level. When disaster strikes, call ServPro and make it like it never even happened.
Get deals on a new Toyota that feel like... Visit your local Toyota dealer for the Ready, Set, Go event. Get 1.99% APR for 36 months on a new 2024 Toyota Tacoma Hybrid. Offer valid through March 31st, 2025. Zero down for well-qualified buyers with approved credit and financing through Southeast Toyota Finance. $28.64 monthly payment for every $1,000 finance. Excludes tax, tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details. Toyota. Let's go places.
The Major League Baseball All-Star Game is coming to Truist Park July 11th through 15th. Find all the details at braves.com/all-star game.
Braves down 11-3 in the bottom of the 6th inning against the Phillies here in Clearwater. Buck Farmer will be the new pitcher for the Braves. The 6th pitcher of the day, the right-hander, 6'4", 245 pounds out of Georgia Tech. Was in Cincinnati last year. 3.04 ERA in 61 games. 4-pitch guy, slider, sinker, changeup, and 4-seamer.
Alec Bohm jumps on the first pitch and lobs one into shallow right. That'll take a couple of bounces before Jace Grady picks it up. A leadoff single for Alec Bohm. We've had a complete line change for the Braves defensively, so we'll reset the defense. Buck Farmer will be throwing to Kurt Casale behind the plate. He was greeted by Kyle Schwarber stepping in from the left side. Cade Bunnell is at first. Cal Conley replaces Eli White at second. His double play partner is Christian Cairo. Luke Waddell at third. The pitch to Schwarber is taken for a called strike. 0-1. Gerardo Quintero replaces Kelnick in left. Cody Milligan now in center. And Jace Grady in right. 0-1 to Schwarber. The pitch is taken outside. 1-1. Schwarber had his first extra base hit of the spring. Back in the 2nd inning, it was a 3-run homer. Bohm takes his lead at first. The pitch to Schwarber. Cut on and missed. 1-2. Farmer comes set right at the chest. The pitch Swing and a ground ball yanked foul past first base coach Paco Figueroa and towards the tarp. But Farmer, he's made a good living at the big league level in some pretty good bullpens with the Tigers and the Reds. You see a guy with his track record, I mean, I think you feel pretty confident you know what you're getting. It's hard to evaluate in spring, of course. The 1-2 just missed. A hair off the plate, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
But I think that's why a lot of those veteran guys who've had that track record have the inside edge for certain spots on a team.
The 2-2 offering. Swing and a miss. He pulled the string on Schwarber. And a strikeout for the first out here in the 6th from Buck Farmer.
Good pitch. And Farmer's a guy that can give you multiple innings as well. He went 61 appearances, 71 innings last year. So I think you feel confident in a guy that can give you a couple at least.
Real Muto climbs in his 4th plate appearance today. Takes ball 1. I would imagine could see some subs from the Phillies in the top of the 7th inning. Philadelphia leading the Braves 11-3. Here in the bottom of the 6th, 1 on and 1 out. Farmer deals. And a called strike. Real Muto tripled in the 1st. Farmer fires the 1-1. This is down and in, 2 balls and a strike.
And Wiley, you look at guys to get a little bit older. Buck's at 34 years old now. Last year, started throwing a sinker a lot more, trying to do something a little bit different. Velo dipped maybe a mile per hour.
2-1. Missed low, 3 balls and a strike.
On the fastball, but at the same time, he's trying to do something a little bit different to stay in the league, help the team went from throwing 1 sinker in 2023 to last year using it 24% of the time.
3-1 on the way. Inside ball 4, Real Muto draws a walk, and 2 on and 1 out. Yeah, I think, I'm not going to say every guy who's in the league for 10 to 15 years does it, but certainly the majority of players who last this long, they almost have to reinvent different versions of themselves, right? As we get a pitch runner to replace JT Real Muto, and Alec Boehm's looking over at the dugout saying, what about me, boys? So Real Muto is done. Cesar Ramos has come in to run for Real Muto at first base, and here's Max Kepler at the plate. Beg your pardon, Elio Prado, number 91. So Elio Prado at first. The pitch is down and in, ball 1. Phillies leading at 11-3 here in the bottom of the 6th. The pitch. 1-0 is cranked high and deep to right. This one is toast. Past the berm, past the fence, and out of the ballpark. Max Kepler crushes a 3-run homer, and it is now 14-3 Phillies.
It's not a good day for Braves pitching. The ball cleared everything in right field.
Yesterday, it felt like the Braves were able to tiptoe out of trouble with all those walks. Today, many of them have come home to score. 4th homer of the day for Philadelphia. Here's Bryson Stott. He's got 1 of them, and a called strike going 1. So 14-3 Phillies. Bottom of the 6th. The 0-1. Taken down and in. Stott backs up out of the way. Farmer fires and misses low and away, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch, outside, 3 balls and a strike. Nick, I'm really curious to see the numbers that we see put up in the National League East by those offenses. The Braves, of course, getting back to full strength. Phillies, year in, year out, with this group, have been near the top of the league. The 3-1 pitch lifted high in the air, straightaway right. Grady drifting back, now a couple of steps in, reaches up, and puts away the second out.
But I think that you have probably, clearly 3 of the top 10 offenses in the game. I have to go back and look at a list to kind of see where they rank, but it's a tough division. There's a reason that you feel like 3 teams can get into the postseason from that division, and a lot of it has to do with the offenses.
Pitch to Brandon Marsh is a fastball in for a strike, 0-1. 14-3 Phillies, bottom of the 6th inning. I think you can make a case that 3 of the top 5 or 6 teams in baseball might be in the NL East. The 0-1, low, 1 ball and 1 strike.
I think you probably could. I don't remember. Did we talk about it at all yesterday? Because Baltimore has a good lineup too.
Mm-hmm. The 1-1 pitch. Off the plate, 2 balls and a strike. I think the Orioles are in that conversation.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, the Dodgers are in that conversation.
Oh, yeah. But it almost feels like if you were to rattle off the 5 or 6 best teams overall, that, I don't know, more than half might be in the National League this year.
Well, I was just looking up Anthony Castrovince.
The 2-1 is pulled foul on the ground.
In his rankings, and he's got 3 of the top 4 offenses in the NL East. So you're obviously, for the Braves to have that, Ronald needs to be back. Profar's got to be healthy. But yeah, there's just so much potential up and down this National League East.
2-2 pitch, fended off by Marsh as he sprays it into the netting over the third base on deck circle. 3 runs in for Philadelphia in this 6th inning off of Buck Farmer.
But he's got the Mets at number 2. I don't know if I agree with that. Obviously, Lindor, Soto, Alonso, Nimmo, Vientos.
2-2. Swing and a hard-hit ground ball smashed through the right side. Base hit for Brandon Marsh. He's on base for the 3rd time today. Phillies leading 14-3 here in the bottom of the 6th at Baycare Park in Clearwater, Florida. There's Oscar Mercado. And Edmundo Sosa is on deck to hit for Trey Turner. So this looks like the beginning of the subs for the Phillies as the pitch misses inside. Ball 1 on Mercado. Landon Harper is now warming in the pen for the Braves. The pitch swerves over the inside corner, 1-1, right through the front door. Braves put up 13 runs yesterday in that win over Baltimore. The 1-1 dances low, 2 balls and a strike. And you know, Nick, talking about the Phillies having a fully operational Death Star-like lineup today, we could see something similar from the Braves tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the regulars might be in the lineup. The pitch and a check swing roller out to short, flip from Cairo on to second, and that ends the inning. But the Phillies had 3 more runs on 3 more hits, and at the end of 6 innings, it's the Phillies 14 and the Braves 3.
The Atlanta Braves Spring Training Series Behind the Braves, presented by Global Payments, is back for the 5th season. Hear from your favorite players and meet the new faces as they get to work in spring training in preparation for the 2025 season. Plus, enjoy exclusive interviews and go behind the scenes to see the team like never before. New episodes drop each week on YouTube.com/Braves and locally on Peachtree TV and Atlanta's CW. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves Country.
When you're looking for leading cardiac care, look to Northside Hospital Heart Institute. We lead with 95% patient recommendations. You could say we're number one in the heart of Georgia. We lead with 100 dedicated cardiovascular doctors, so you'll know your heart is in the best hands. We lead with compassion, because you are at the heart of our care. Northside Hospital Heart Institute. We lead with heart.
If you're looking for a new Ford Bronco, right now you can take, wait, is that right? $10,000 off the MSRP on a 2024 Ford Bronco Outer Banks at Akins Ford in Winder? Wow. Hi, this is Brad Akins, and now through March 31st, you get this huge discount and Ford's 10-year limited factory warranty at no additional charge. Stock number 92310, MSRP $52,453. Dealer retains factory rebates plus government fees. Ford's limited warranty is 10 years or 100,000 miles. See dealer for details. Visit us today at AkinsFord.com.
Top of the seventh inning, Braves with a 14-3 lead over the Phillies. Or beg your pardon, the Phillies with a 14-3 lead over the Braves. Now Bill Chrismat is back on for the Phillies. And a host of changes for Philadelphia. We'll get those to you momentarily. The first pitch is taken for a called strike. 0-1 on Luke Waddell. Came in replacing Luke Williams. Half inning to go at third. The pitch is tapped foul, 0-2. Rafael Marchand is behind the plate. Cody Clemens at first. Trent Farquhar at second. Pitch misses up and away, 1-2. Edmundo Sosa at short, replacing Trey Turner. Buddy Kennedy at third. Pitch pulled foul on the ground. Leandro Pineda is in right, replacing Oscar Mercado. Chrismat shakes. Now ready with the 1-2. A pause, and he fires. Swing and a high fly ball lifted out to left. And underneath it, Elio Prado making the catch. One away. So Connor Capel will stay in the game for the time being. He's 1 for 2. And your last change, Rodolfo Castro is in center. First pitch from Capel is bounced foul towards the first base coach's box, past Tom Goodwin. Had a chance to catch up with Goody today. I think everyone's excited to be going to San Diego to start instead of Philadelphia and Chicago.
I would think so.
A little warmer. The 0-1 is high, 1 ball and 1 strike, but really no less hostile an environment. The Padres have built a lot of momentum in San Diego. Nearly toppled the Dodgers in the division series last year. The 1-1 off the end of the bat. A bouncer charging onto the infield grass. It's off the glove of Buddy Kennedy, right off his fingertips, and Connor Capel will be safe at first. It'll be an E5.
You know, speaking of going to San Diego, the Braves go to Arizona to play the Cubs for a couple games to finish off the spring schedule. We were talking to Stint earlier about that, and I should have known this, but he's like, I've never been there. I'm excited to go.
Which is wild. 49 years now in professional baseball. The pitch is high, ball 1 on Jace Grady. Of course, all 49 of them with the Atlanta Braves, so he's never been to spring training in Arizona.
He was pretty excited to go check it out.
Chrismat delivers. Pulled foul on the ground by Grady, 1-1. Phillies with a 14-3 lead over the Braves. You know, Nick, makes me think that whenever Snit does retire, that first spring out of baseball, I bet he goes to Arizona for spring training.
You think so?
I'm going to say 100% no chance as the pitch is outside, 2-1. Can you imagine the look on Ronnie's face if he were to tell her that?
She's like, nah, I'm good.
2 balls and a strike on Jace Grady. Chrismat fires. Swing and a miss. 2-2.
Changeup so good. Great arm speed, pulls the string on it. The 80-mile-per-hour range.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Changeup polishes off Jace Grady. 2 down here in the top of the 7th, rather. And now Cal Conley, his first trip to the plate. Capel takes his lead off first. He might be hearing some chirps there from his childhood best friend, Cody Clements, who's playing first for the Phillies. The pitch in for a called strike. Not holding on, Capel, with 2 outs. They're going back and forth a little bit. The 0-1. Inside 1-1. Did you ever cross paths with anyone in big league baseball that you'd known? Maybe, I'm not saying from childhood or any of that, but from high school or travel ball, anything like that?
I ran across
the 1-1. A liner smoked into right field. That'll splash down in front of Pineda. Capel up to second. A 2-out knock for Cal Conley.
I ran across some guys that were from the area, but when I played travel ball, it was late. It wasn't as popular. I started at 16, so it wasn't something that was like we had 50 teams.
Yeah, universal.
And you had a bunch of guys that you would get to know.
Here's Christian Cairo. He's 0 for 3. A pitch. Beg your pardon, his first plate appearance. He replaces Orlando Arcia, who was 0 for 3.
Like for example, I ran across Jeff Keppinger once we started playing. He was a couple years younger, but from the area as well.
The 0-1. Fastball in for a strike on Christian Cairo. So interesting. Now you talk to guys, they'll just be entering pro ball, and they already know a lot of the other players their age just by way of travel ball and social media. 0-2. A ground ball rolled over to the left side, gathered by Sosa. He tosses across to first, beats Cairo by a step, and that ends the top of the 7th. Braves fail to score, but they pick up a base hit, 1 error in the inning, and 2 men left. Time to stretch here at Bay K Ballpark in Clearwater, Florida. Your score, the Phillies 14, the Braves 3.
Lead with your ears. If you'll learn to really listen, you'll understand what your customers need and your business will grow. You'll know what motivates your employees and your team will thrive. You'll know how your spouse is wired and your marriage will blossom. You'll know what concerns your kids and you can strengthen them. You can even discover God's leading for your life and be fulfilled. This is Tom Gray, and This Stuff Matters.
ThisStuffMatters.net.
Hey Braves fans, spring and warm weather are officially here, and you know what that means. Bugs, termites, mosquitoes, ants, and roaches will be out in full force. Luckily, you can trust the pros at Arrow Exterminators to keep your home pest-free inside and out. Arrow Exterminators protects homes and businesses and is the official pest control provider of Truist Park and the Atlanta Braves, so you know that you're getting the best from the best. To set up a free pest inspection, call 888-GO-ARROW or visit arrowexterminators.com. That's 888-GO-ARROW or visit arrowexterminators.com.
When you buy a Subaru from Subaru of Gwinnett, you're buying more than a vehicle. You're buying safety for your family, an investment that will hold its value, and something that will last a long time. You're buying trust. For a limited time, celebrate all the 2025 models during the Subaru A Lot to Love event, now through March 31st. Whether you're looking to match your adventurous spirit with the 2025 Subaru Outback or lean on the reliability of the 2025 Subaru Forester, Subaru of Gwinnett has the perfect fit for your family. Stop in for a test drive on Satellite Boulevard in Duluth or start your shopping online at SubaruofGwinnett.com.
Atlanta Braves baseball on the Braves Radio Network is lit by the original Louisiana brand hot sauce, the official hot sauce of the Atlanta Braves. Bring the heat.
First pitch misses inside on Edmundo Sosa. Beg your pardon, catches the corner, 0-1. Phillies 14, Braves 3. Buck Farmer back to work, and the pitch is cut on and fouled back into the on-deck circle. 0-2 on Sosa. Bottom of the 7th inning. Farmer, after giving up 3 runs there in the 6th, and the Max Kepler homer, goes back to work. The 0-2. And a tapper out in front of the plate. down the third base line. Farmer tried to pick it up barehanded, couldn't pick it cleanly. And that'll be an infield single for Edmundo Sosa. It would have been a tough play even if Farmer had picked it cleanly.
Just too far to run.
And so now Cody Clemens. Had a pretty cool moment, Nick, there at the end of the top half of the seventh. Connor Capel was running back into the dugout, the Braves' designated hitter who was traded at second base. First pitch to Clemens. He's taken outside, ball one. And as he was heading down the top step of the dugout, going past the coach's folding chairs, Ralph Garr got up and shared some wisdom, it looked like. The 1-0. Missed outside. 2-0. Fastball at 89 there from Farmer, it looked like. But pretty cool to see Ralph Garr still invested and wanting to teach and share as the pitch is hit high in the air, popped up, shallow right. Conley's going out. He will defer to Grady. The right fielder comes in, makes the catch. One down.
I love the fact that the Braves bring him back and let him kind of share that knowledge. I think a lot of guys probably don't know who he is, but he's a Braves legend, played a long, long time, won a batting title, an all-star one year. If you watched the Braves back in the late 60s, early 70s, you definitely knew who Gator was.
And the first pitch pulled foul on the ground, and he's such an integral part to revisiting those days, Nick. I mean, with Hank passing and years old. The 1-1 is low, 2-1, and I think in the limited time I've had a chance to spend around Gator, Ralph Garr, he's got a lot of enthusiasm, Nick.
Yeah, he definitely does, and I love it. You can see somebody that age.
The 2-1 is taken low. Three balls and a strike.
With that kind of energy, makes you want to be a better person. Won the batting title in 74 with the Braves, 353. Led the league in hits, 214 that year.
3-1 on Buddy Kennedy. Farmer fires. Misses inside, ball four. So a couple men aboard here for the Phillies with one down at the bottom of the seventh. Braves trailing 14-3. And here's Johan Rojas.
Feels like they're
pitch hit for Kyle Schwarber.
Sorry, it feels like there have been a lot of close pitches called balls in this game.
Farmer gazes back towards second. The pitch. There's a called strike on the inner half. 0-1. We saw some challenges early there from Atlanta, but they have exhausted their two failures, so out of challenges. Farmer kicks and deals. Misses low, 1 ball and 1 strike. I don't know about being a better person, Nick, but it does make me want to get up earlier. Feel like, man, he's already going. I didn't say I did wake up earlier, but there's a brief moment there when I see him. Maybe I ought to wake up earlier. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Farmer beat Rojas with a fastball that time.
I'll let you come over to my house on Tuesdays and Thursdays and take my daughter to chorus. It's 7 o'clock in the morning.
I said I thought about it. I also know when I lay down at night and I look at my phone, start setting that alarm, and it pops up on 7 a.m. and I kind of chuckle and then scroll it a couple times down to 9 maybe.
You can do that.
1-2 pitch. It's high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. You saying I need to sleep in for you?
No, I will sleep in, and then you can take over my role.
Oh, okay.
Only on Tuesdays and Thursdays in the morning.
Oh, I thought you were being realistic. You're just fantasizing.
Yes.
Farmer with a 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Rojas down on strikes. Second strikeout for Farmer since he came on to the 6th. 2 away, 2 on. Phillies lead the Braves 14-3, and here comes Brian Snitker. It looks like he's going to make a change. So Snit will make the call to the bullpen. The day is over for Buck Farmer. But he will head back into the dugout. Which gives...
I didn't have vanilla ice cream, so I went with the carrot cake, and I ate the first piece, and it tasted really good. And then I said, I don't get this again until I go back to Truist Park when they have carrot cake. So I will take a second slice, and ended up getting pretty full. So I will sprint around the beach when I get home and try to work that carrot cake off.
Maybe a little skimboarding as well?
No skimboarding.
No skimboarding. We're drawing the line there.
Drawing a line.
All right, well, fair enough. I think that chocolate cake had about your... You hear sometimes about your daily quantity of sugar. That had about a week's worth. That thing was rich.
J-Chad tried it. He enjoyed it.
Did we get a review?
The problem with J-Chad at lunch today was he paid money for it, so he ate everything they had. The last thing he ate was the best thing, so he couldn't stop eating it, which was a wrap.
You guys paid for that?
Wait, you didn't?
No.
Lucky you.
I signed in. I was right there. I didn't try to see anyway. Here's Landon Harper coming on to pitch for Atlanta.
Landon spent time in the Sally League with Rome and Double-A with Mississippi. Had 22 games, 5 starts in Mississippi with a 1.41 ERA in 51 innings.
Elio Prado stepping in from the right side. First pitch from Harper misses outside, ball 1. That's a change this year for Atlanta, the Double-A club moving to Columbus. After, I think, close to 20 years in Mississippi. The 1-0. This is low and away. 2-0 on Elio Prado. Phillies leading 14-3 here in the bottom of the 7th. 2 on and 2 out. Casale sets his target. Harper a look to second, now to the plate. And this pitch is bounced on the left side. Easy chance for Waddell. A stretch from Bunnell at first, and that ends the 7th inning. Phillies fail to score, but pick up a hit, a walk, and leave 2. On to the 8th. It's the Phillies 14, the Braves 3.
At Marietta Eye Clinic, we understand the importance of good vision. Whether it's reading, driving, or playing sports, clear vision is essential. And we have all the bases covered, from annual eye exams and our full-service in-house optical department to advanced surgical procedures and management of serious eye diseases. Marietta Eye Clinic's 35 expert doctors and staff provide award-winning eye care. Pick from one of our 12 Atlanta area locations and schedule an appointment online at mariettaeye.com. Marietta Eye Clinic, your vision is our priority.
Our story begins with Jackie going to work. She walks into the elevator thinking,
maybe I'll play my extreme scratcher. I could win up to $2 million.
That's the spirit. Scratch away. Hot diggity dog. You're up to your eyeballs in cash, Jackie. Oh, no. The doors are opening.
Whoa, Jackie? Is that you under all that money?
Jackie doesn't work here anymore.
Cool as a cucumber. Play the extreme family of scratchers from the Georgia Lottery and win up to 2 million smackaroos. Play responsibly.
Hey, Braves fans, Onward Reserve is your hometown team for top-line casual sportswear. Whether you're out on the golf course, going to dinner, or enjoying some baseball at Truist Park, Onward Reserve's clothes are the perfect fit. With 12 retail locations throughout Braves country, Onward Reserve is proud to help you get to the game in style. Swing by the Braves Clubhouse store for exclusive designs made just for the A. Visit us online at onwardreserve.com. Proud partner of your Atlanta Braves.
Braves trail by a score of 14-3 as we head to the top of the 8th inning. New pitcher for the Phillies will be Jose Cuas, 30-year-old right-hander out of the Dominican Republic. Last year split the season between a couple of different teams. Chicago Cubs had 9 games there. Toronto had 4 games, only 3 innings. Been around the league for quite some time. Fastball sweeper guy in that 92-mile-an-hour range with that sinker and four-seamer.
So Cuas will begin by facing Cade Bunnell, who comes up empty on his first hack, strike 1. You heard the Jose Cuas story yet? It kind of circled around the big leagues a couple of years ago.
I have not, actually.
The 0-1. Missed outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, in college at the University of Maryland, he was an infielder playing third base. And then when he began professional baseball as the 1-1s fouled back 1 and 2, he was still hitting. And then when the COVID-19 pandemic hit and shut down the season in 2020, he was forced to, at the time, give up on baseball and worked as a FedEx driver to support his family.
Oh, I have heard the story.
Outside 2 and 2.
Because he was with Kansas City.
Yes. So anyway, comes back, working as a FedEx driver, and winds up making the big leagues. 2-2. And a liner hooked into right field, and that'll touchdown for a knock in front of Pineda. Cade Inel with a base hit. And there's Kirk Casale. He was 27 years old, though, when he made his debut. The pitch. It's in for a called strike, 0-1. So Casale replaces Chadwick Trump. Finishes the day 0 for 3. The 0-1. And Casale gets underneath one and pops one out in shallow center. Going back, the shortstop Sosa makes an over-the-shoulder grab for the first out here in the top of the 8th. Gerardo Quintero gets his first plate appearance. Coming on as a defensive replacement to step in for Jared Kelnick. Pitch. This is inside. Quintero homered on Tuesday against the Tigers, breaking up a shutout bid for Detroit against the Braves at Cool Today Park. The side armor delivers. Oh, and that hits Quintero. They will appeal down to third to see if he swung at it. They say he did not. So Quintero hit by a pitch, one that was sweeping in. I think clipped him right in the front pocket. He's up to first, and Inel moves to second.
Jose Cuas had 945 at-bats in the minor leagues. Last time he played in the minor leagues as a position player was 2017.
Cody Milliken bounces one up the middle and through for a base hit. Here comes Bunnell rounding third. He will score without a throw. An RBI single for Cody Milligan. Makes it now 14-4. Phillies leading.
Nice job by Cody. These side armors can create problems. Did a good job staying back up the middle.
And now Luke Waddell, who flew out to the left in the 7th. 2 on, 1 out, top of the 8th. The pitch. This is outside, ball 1. Neither is easy as the 1-0 pitch. Cut on and missed 1-1, but in your mind, does it make more sense for if you're going to try and make a change from hitter to pitcher or pitcher to hitter, it's easier to go from hitting to pitching?
Absolutely.
The 1-1, it's outside, 2 balls and a strike. There's some precedent for that, obviously, and there are many guys throughout their careers, maybe before getting to professional baseball who might switch, but Rick Ankiel's one you think about. Of course, he was the reverse. 2-1 is fouled out of play, 2-2. Why do you say it's easier?
Well, it's not easy.
Easier.
Yeah, first off,
yes.
It's not easy. Neither one is easy.
Yes, actually incredibly hard.
Yeah, incredibly hard. But usually you transition to pitching because you have a good arm. And then you have to develop other things. As a hitter, it's hard to develop.
The 2-2 outside.
If you haven't hit enough. So, for instance, these like Jack Caglione.
Yes.
The lefty from Louisville, Tampa.
Brendan McKay.
Those guys, they hit really well first. If they decide.
3-2 is popped high in the air and twisting foul out of play behind the on-deck circle on the third base side.
If, they turn McKay into a pitcher, if he decides doesn't want to pitch, he hit so well for so long, he could probably make that transition. Caglione, same kind of thing. But a lot of times you pitch for so long, now all of a sudden I'm going to try to be a hitter. I haven't hit enough.
The pitch is outside ball 1, or beg your pardon, ball 4.
But the transition to pitching is challenging too, because I might be able to throw 95 on the mound, but I have to have command. I have to have secondary stuff. It's just so hard to be able to harness that. And actually, usually when you do this, you're a little bit older. So is there a spot that I can even work on my craft?
So Connor Capel will bat with the bases loaded here. Top of the 8th inning. Braves trailing 14-4. The pitch pulled foul on the ground. Tom Goodwin takes one big hop forward as it skitters behind him. Jose Cuas comes set, stands tall at the waist, and now the pitch. Side armor misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike on Capel. By the way, have you seen what Jack Caglianone, the Royals' top pick out of the University of Florida, 6th overall last summer? Have you seen the spring he's had? The pitch. It's in for a called strike.
I haven't seen recently.
7 for 14 with 3 homers. Oof. As a non-roster invitee.
Do we know if he's pitching and hitting, or?
That's the next question. Capel asked for time. I don't think he is pitching. And it doesn't look like he pitched last year. He did pitch in college, obviously. First half of last season. The 1-2 is spoiled foul by Capel. He stays alive.
So if something were to happen to him, he could always try pitching, but it doesn't look like he's going to need to.
Speaking of, we were talking about Garrett Cooper earlier, about how big he is. You see what Caglianone's listed at?
I see it right now.
6'5", 250. The pitch is poked out to short. Gobbled up by Sosa. He'll step aboard second base. He does not get the out there and doesn't get it out at first either. Everybody's safe. Quintero comes in to score. Waddell beat Sosa to the bag, and by the time Sosa threw to first, Connor Capel beat it out.
Wow, some good hustle all the way around. Good job by Waddell putting the pressure on Sosa. He didn't flip and was too late on both ends.
And now the pitch to Jace Grady is outside ball 1. See how they score that. I would presume, yep, fielder's choice. No error on the play, an RBI for Capel. The pitch. It's a called strike, 1-1.
Funny story. We had a softball tournament on Saturday. I'll tell you after this pitch.
Cuas with the 1-1. Lifted into left, falling fast, coming on is Castro. He dives, and he's able to make the catch. Tagging from third and scoring, though, Cody Milligan comes in. That was a fine play by Rodolfo Castro. Another run on the board for the Braves. It's now 14-6.
Yeah, beautiful play in center field. Great jump. Full out. Making the diving catch. As Rob Thompson jogs out to the mound again. So we were playing a softball tournament last weekend. 10U softball. The other team, I'm coaching first base, so the other dugouts beside me as I'm coaching first. The lady doing the scorebook, we hit a ground ball to shortstop. The shortstop doesn't throw it because our runner on second kind of makes her indecisive. Doesn't throw it. The lady scoring the game goes, "I'm scoring that as an error. That's an error." I said, "Well, timeout. That's actually a fielder's choice because there's no error made." And then she's like, "Well, you know what? It was a bad decision."
It was a bad choice.
I said I can't argue with you on that.
That's
but anyway, that made me think of that.
That's pretty good. So it'll be a new arm on for the Phillies. Andrew Bechtold is coming on, the right-hander, with 2 outs. Runners at first and second. "29 years old, out of Chadds Ford, Pennsylvania." Had some time in AAA last year, didn't he, Nick?
I believe so, but what do you have?
I got him with 4 appearances with Buffalo last year, and then majority of the time in New Hampshire. The Fisher Cats in the Eastern League in AA, ERA over 5.
Transition from a position player to a pitcher.
Oh, right on cue.
So, yeah, because I'm looking at the stats and I'm going, well, he hit for quite some time. 6 years in the minor leagues. And then looks like he just started pitching.
Yeah, last year, first year as a full-time pitcher. So he comes in here to face Cal Conley. Phillies leading 14-6 here in the top of the 8th inning with 1 out. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss from Conley. Already 3 runs in for the Braves here in this 8th. Bechtold replacing Jose Cuas. The 0-1. Just clips the corner, 0-2. Began as a crystal clear day, partly cloudy skies at first pitch, and then we're mostly cloudy here now. A few seagulls landed in the outfield. The 0-2. Whacked in the air, left center field, and losing the cap is Castro, but he makes the catch that ends the inning. 3 runs in for Atlanta on a couple of hits. They leave a couple of men. It's 14-6. Phillies leading going to the bottom of the 8th.
Meanwhile, at Xfinity.
We engineered Xfinity Internet with 99.99% network reliability.
Plus, Xfinity Mobile with Wi-Fi Power Boost gives you ultra-fast Wi-Fi at home and on the go.
Posting my tap dancing videos is easier than ever.
Now through April 17th, get 300 megabit Xfinity Internet and 1 unlimited mobile line together for $30 a month for 1 year. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Requires paperless billing and autopay to stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment tax and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Xfinity Internet required. Actual speeds vary.
Hi, it's Chuck Dowdle. Have you been thinking about home improvements? Maybe you need money for college tuition or just looking to pay off unwanted debt. If you've got big expenses, a home equity loan from Georgia's own credit union could definitely be the answer. With low rates and fast personalized service, now's the time to put the equity in your home to work for you. To learn more about a home equity loan or a home equity line of credit, visit georgiasown.org today. I'm Chuck Dowdle, and I'm one of Georgia's Own.
Subject to credit approval, Georgia's Own is an equal housing lender.
Get deals on a new Toyota that feel like... Visit your local Toyota dealer for the Ready, Set, Go event. Get $1,750 in bonus lease cash on a new 2024 Toyota Tacoma SR5. Offer valid through March 31st, 2025. Offer entitled $1,750 bonus lease cash on the lease of a new and untitled 2024 Toyota Tacoma SR5 gas vehicle. Bonus cash may be used only toward down payment or capitalized cost reduction on the new vehicle. See dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
Don't miss an incredible lineup of Braves giveaways this season, including bobbleheads, collectibles, and a replica jersey. Visit Braves.com/promos to see them all.
Bottom of the 8th inning, Landon Harper is still on the mound for the Braves as Rafael Marchand climbs in. 14-6 lead for the Phillies. And Harper's first pitch to the lefty Marchand is taken for ball 1. Harper came on in the 7th inning, got the final out, getting Elio Prado to ground out. The right-hander with the 1-0. Taken up and away. 2 balls, no strikes. Braves will be back in action tomorrow at 1 o'clock. They will host the Nationals at Cool Today Park. 2-0 offering. And a line drive smashed into right center field. That'll touchdown for a base hit. Cut off by Jace Grady. 1 down. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Atlanta Braves Radio Network.
Atlanta Braves spring training is live on WIFN Atlanta, a Dickey broadcasting station, 1340 and 103.7 FM.
So now Rodolfo Castro and a great catch in center field in the top of the 8th. Now batting here in the bottom half. Phillies leading 14-6. The pitch. Just missed, ball 1. Nick Green, Jonathan Chadwick, and Wiley Ballard with you, filling in for Ben Ingram this afternoon. There's the 1-0. And there's a called strike. Did you see what Seiya Suzuki was doing earlier this week, Nick, with the Cubs?
Did not.
The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-2. And I'm not going to let you guess because there's no chance. He stepped into the batting cage and started taking some swings with a samurai sword.
Okay, so I did see that, but I scrolled right past it. Didn't know it was actually a thing.
Harper locking in on Casale, a long pause. The righties 1-2 and a late time granted, so no pitch. You're telling me you saw a guy swinging a samurai sword and you scrolled past it? You were more disciplined than me, Nick.
I actually thought he was just standing there. I didn't know did he actually try to hit the ball?
Yeah.
Did he hit it?
He didn't hit it. He sliced it in half.
Oh, no kidding.
Of course, the Cubs now in Japan, and now Rob Thompson is coming out. He wants a little clarification. Looks like a late time was granted to Castro. Or is it a pitch timer violation? Yeah, I think that's what it was. They're saying Castro was not ready. So it wasn't a late time granted. It was a pitch timer violation assessed on Castro on a 1-2 count. He strikes out. So one away. And here's Brandon Marsh.
Harper did hold a long time, but...
Beg your pardon. Leandro Pineda takes ball 1. The 1-0. Taken for a called strike. Yeah, I don't think Rob Thompson was very happy about it. Sure, for Castro, he only gets the 1 at bat today. You hate to see it end like that. 1 ball and 1 strike. Harper pauses again. Now the pitch is blasted high in the air, deep right center. Milligan racing over, and it's over his head, off the wall. Racing around third. Marchand charging home. The throw coming in is up the third base line and late. It's going to be an RBI double for Leandro Pineda. And the Phillies now lead 15-6.
Milligan had tracked that down to his glove side and couldn't find the wall.
And now Trent Farquhar. Little bat. His first plate appearance after replacing Oscar Mercado in right field. Pineda at second. The pitch is high, ball 1. But Suzuki, he was swinging a samurai sword and just slicing baseballs in half.
Did he get more than 1?
Yeah, I think he was squaring them up, or at least dicing them up. The 1-0. Way outside, whizzes past Suzuki to the backstop, and Pineda saunters up to third. 2-0 on Farquhar. Where do you think he keeps that samurai sword?
Well, that's a good question, because it feels like you shouldn't have a samurai sword anywhere near anybody. I think.
Certainly don't want to be swinging it anywhere. 2-0 pitch. That's high. 3-0 on Farquhar.
All right, I'm watching it now, Wiley.
Yeah, give me your thoughts.
Oh, he does a half swing. Oh, he's locked in, though.
Oh,
3
yeah.
in a row. 4 in a row.
Perfect, even cut. The pitch. In for a called strike, 3-1. And how about this? He actually slicing baseballs with a samurai sword isn't all that new an idea. Apparently, Sadaharu, the all-time home run king in Japan, he did it too. 3-1. It's fouled back. 3-2. I suppose in some ways you can really tell if you are on plane with the baseball, right?
Just looking at that right there, the swing actually looks really good. Contact. The path to the ball, and I feel like you've got to be perfect with it, so maybe it's a good tool.
3-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Farquhar can have a seat. 2 away.
Good fastball away at 92.
So 1 run in, a runner aboard at third is Pineda, and now Edmundo Sosa, who notched an infield single in the 7th. Phillies leading 15-6 here in the bottom of the 8th. And the pitch. In for a called strike. Can you imagine going to somebody's house and you see they have a samurai sword and you say, what's that for? You say, oh, I was just working on my swing.
I might be interested in seeing how you actually do that now. I've seen it in person, so yeah, I'd be in.
Harper gazing in on Sosa. The 0-1 is a ground ball rolled out to the right side. Conley racing over, scarfs off, jump throw, not in time. Sosa reaches, and that allows Pineda to come in to score. RBI single for Edmundo Sosa. And it's now a 16-6 lead for the Phillies.
Conley ranged to his left. Nice job getting to it. Didn't spin and just couldn't get enough on a throw.
So that extends the inning for Cody Clemens here in the bottom of the 8th. At Baycare Ballpark here in Clearwater, Florida. The pitch to Clemens. Cut on and missed. 0-1. What's the coolest thing you have in your basement?
I don't have a basement.
What's the coolest thing you have in your attic? Do you have an attic?
Christmas tree.
Okay. You guys don't buy every year?
No, we have artificial.
0-1 is served on a line off of Harper. Karams into center field. Sosa heads to third. Well struck by Cody Clemens. That's the 4th hit of the inning for the Phillies. So Clemens with a single, and now Buddy Kennedy.
You know what, though, Wiley? I was looking at going through some old stuff, some baseball cards and other like baseball stuff that I have, and I think the coolest thing that I have is after I left Atlanta 2005, they had a ticket for a Braves game with me on the ticket. A picture of me. I thought that's pretty cool and probably the most special thing I have.
Pitch to Buddy Kennedy, misses outside. That is pretty cool.
Yeah, I did not expect that to happen, and you know, you could get that in the minor leagues, but at the big league level, I think it's kind of special.
The 1-0 pitch, grounded foul, third base side.
I did find a lot of old Sports Illustrateds. My wife's like, why are you keeping those? It's just sentimental to me.
I've got a bunch of those.
I don't think they're worth anything, but they're kind of cool.
A lot of nostalgia there. The 1-1 hit a mile in the air, shallow center. Milliken charging in, but it's going to be the second baseman Conley calling everyone off. He reaches up and devours the final out of the inning. Phillies score 2 runs on 4 hits. They leave a pair. We go to the 9th. It's the Phillies 16, the Braves 6.
When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger for mouth-watering meals and appetizing ingredients. And no matter what tasty choice you make, our low prices add up to big savings. Plus, you get over $600 in digital coupons each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump and points. At Kroger, you always get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
The Atlanta Braves Spring Training Series Behind the Braves, presented by Global Payments, is back for the 5th season. Hear from your favorite players and meet the new faces as they get to work in spring training in preparation for the 2025 season. Plus, enjoy exclusive interviews and go behind the scenes to see the team like never before. New episodes drop each week on YouTube.com/Braves and locally on Peachtree TV and Atlanta's CW. Atlanta Braves Baseball. We are Braves Country.
Give me directions to Truist Park.
Getting directions. Would you like to add a racetrack freeze blast to your route?
Ooh, yes, please.
Updating route. Now getting on fast track.
Amazing.
Don't let a pregame pit stop slow you down. Take the racetrack route and get on the fast track to game day with a cold, refreshing freeze blast. Racetrack, proud partner of the Atlanta Braves.
Top of the ninth inning, Phillies a 16-6 lead over the Braves. And a new arm coming in for the Phillies, Nick. It's going to be Koyo Aoyagi.
31 years old, 5'11", out of Japan. Last year in Japan, a 3.69 ERA, 12 games.
Christian Cairo stepping in to face Aoyagi.
You're so good with those names.
Don't do that, Nick. The pitch. And Aoyagi, he's got an explosive delivery. I think you'd call it sidearm.
A little young on Kim, but not as low.
I like that pull. The 1-0. And that hits Cairo right in the back foot where there's not much padding. I think he caught him on the fly, too. So Cairo hit by a pitch. You mentioned Aoyagi out of Yokohama, Japan. It's a long ways here from Clearwater, Florida. A little different story for Christian Cairo. He's from Clearwater, and it looks like he's going to get some attention from Braves head trainer George Poulos. So pinch runner coming in off the bench for Atlanta. Looks like it'll be Kobe Cato. So Cato at first. Nobody out here in the top of the ninth. Phillies leading 16-6. The pitch. He's taken for a called strike, 0-1. Did you ever come close to playing in Japan?
No, but I kind of wish I would have. At least explored it a little bit.
Could have picked up a samurai sword.
Possibly.
The 0-1. Swing and a soft flare into left field. That'll touch down and find some grass for a base hit. Cade Bunnell. He's 2 for 2 today.
I think that's got to be a pretty good experience.
Nowadays, it seems like if you're a pitcher looking for a little bit of a jolt or some new ideas in your career, that's the best place to go, going to Japan or Korea. And a number of guys have come back and really revitalized their careers. I mean, Merrill Kelly is the first name I think of with the Diamondbacks. Pitch to Kirk Casale. It's taken on the outside corner, 0-1.
Well, Chris Flexen was in Korea, came over. He signed a multi-year deal with Seattle. If I'm not mistaken, somebody else signed this year.
The 0-1. At the knees, 0-2. Of course, there are plenty of talent coming from the Pacific Rim making their major league debuts. The 0-2 pitch. Outside 1-2, but a number of domestic players going over there and finding success. Eric Fetty, he was another one, wasn't he?
Yes. That was one.
He came back. He was a totally different pitcher. The 1-2, outside 2-2. There was some times there with the Nationals where I don't know what his numbers were against the Braves, but it had to be a double-digit ERA. And he came back and was really strong for the White Sox.
Completely different.
Yep. Kirk Casale, a 2-2 count. Nobody out, top of the ninth. The pitch. Foul back into the netting. Aoyagi already about 10 pitches thrown, and he's yet to record an out. 2-minute board. Here in the top of the ninth, Phillies leading 16-6. 2-2. Cut on and missed, and there's the first out. High fastball.
It's only 89, but it's got some ride to it up in the zone.
So here's Gerardo Quintero. Hit by a pitch in his first at bat. Cato at second, Bunnell at first. Here's the pitch. Taken inside, ball 1. We mentioned the Diamondbacks a minute ago. You look at some of the projections, you go over to Fangraphs they're projected to be one of the best 5 teams in baseball. The 1-0, low and away. Of course, they made a big addition there, adding Corbin Burns, but they lost Christian Walker, went to the Astros. And they were in the World Series 2 years ago, obviously, but
are they ready for that?
Yeah, I was a little surprised. Here's the 2-0. Swing and high fly ball, belted foul. Quintero got good wood to that one.
They did pull out the wallet for Corbin Burns.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, right now the Dodgers are projected to be the best team. The Braves the second. Those are the only 2 teams projected to win 90 or more games. The 2-1. Check swing. Appeal down to 30. Didn't go. 3 balls and a strike. Now, again, these projections are conservative, so there's a good chance that at least one team or 2 teams win over 100 games, and certainly more than 2 90-win teams in the big leagues this year. Aoyagi's 3-1 pitch is taken outside, ball 4. That'll load the bases. Again, Braves trailing 16-6 here in the 9th with 1 out.
Here's the one I was thinking was Kyle Hart.
Okay.
Korean Cy Young winner, signed a 1-year deal with San Diego.
So Cody Milligan steps in from the left side. Bright red batting gloves. With the bases loaded, Aoyagi deals. Misses outside, ball 1.
And the crazy part is Hart had 4 appearances in the big leagues in 2020, and that's it. He gets a big league deal.
Which I think tells you the respect that Major League Baseball has for some of the baseball played over there. The 1-0 is yanked foul on the ground, 1-1.
Well, the Dodgers signed Haesung Kim. Is that how you say his name?
Yes, not Ha-Sung Kim, who's now with the Dodgers, but Haesung Kim.
3-year deal to send him down to the minor leagues.
That's how it goes sometimes. 1-1. Outside, 2 balls and a strike. Guess you'd rather be sent down with a deal than without one.
Yeah. He was a Gold Glover in Korea last year.
The 2-1 pitch. In for a strike, 2-2. Again, painting with a broad brush here, I think most commonly you will see players come over from Japan or Korea. Pitchers might struggle with control. Strike zone's a little smaller in the States. The 2-2 pitch misses low and away, 3-2. And hitters probably not accustomed to seeing the velocity that you'll see at the big league level, especially the back end of games when it's almost routinely 99-100. Those are kind of the 2 biggest adjustments, it seems like. 3-2. Inside, ball 4, and Aoyagi walks in a run. So Cato scores. Bunnell up to third. Quintero follows him to second. And the second RBI today for Cody Milligan. It's now 16-7. And Aoyagi's going to be paid a visit by manager Rob Thompson. Who's that coming out behind him? Is that Caleb
Interpreter?
Interpreter, of course.
Yeah, you think about the quality of Japanese player, too, coming over here now is just insane. I mean, Yamamoto, filthy. Roki Sasaki, filthy. I like Matsui out of San Diego, the reliever. I like him a lot.
Okay.
The interpreter flew out there.
Yeah, he did. He was running so fast, I thought it was Rob Thompson for a second. Looks like it might have been a visit from Caleb Cotham, the pitching coach, along with the interpreter. So Aoyagi's still in the game. The pitch to Luke Waddell now is taken outside, ball 1. That's now 3 straight batters he's fallen behind 1-0-2. 1 run in, bases still loaded. Here's the 1-0 pitch. a little bit of a hesitation from Aoyagi, and Waddell comes up empty, 1-1. Almost froze there mid windup.
I wonder if that was the adjustment they suggested to him.
1-1. And fouled off third base side, 1-2. Yeah, he's incorporating it now. Speaking of Japan, Cubs and Dodgers, they will play the first regular season game a week from today in Tokyo. 1-2. Outside 2 balls and 2 strikes. We talked about getting up early. Nick, you getting up for that 6 a.m. start?
I'll check the box score when I get up.
Okay.
I think it's pretty cool that Yamamoto and Sasaki are both going to pitch. And also Imanaga, I believe, as well.
2-2 pitch. Missed outside. Waddell brought the bat just barely off his shoulder. Top of the 9th inning, 16-7. Phillies lead the Braves. Bases loaded for Atlanta with 1 out. Here comes the payoff pitch. Misses way outside and just above the ground. Another bases loaded walk makes it 16-8.
Here's Rob Thompson.
That'll do it for Aoyagi. No protest from him, of course. Struggling with command. Hits a man, gives him a base hit, and then walks 3 straight. 1 out in the inning. The Phillies will go to the bullpen. So when you say you're going to check the box score in the morning, is that because you don't have a wake-up call? Because I'll call you. 5:45.
What are the days?
Thursday, Friday, I think.
Oh, well, I'll be up. I guess I could turn the TV on as we're getting ready for school. I think that's fun, though. I mean, there's so many great players from Japan, and just get to go over and showcase the game of Major League Baseball with some of the great stars of Japan as well. I think it's just such a cool thing.
So it was 26 pitches for Aoyagi. The Phillies have brought in Jack Dallas, the right-hander, to try and close this one out. 16-8, Phillies lead the Braves. It was 8-1 after 2 innings. Braves have scored a couple of runs here in the 9th thanks to a pair of bases-loaded walks.
Jack spent most of the year last year in High A in Jersey Shore. 39 appearances, a 3.5 ERA, 54 innings, 55 punch-outs.
Connor Capel headed to the plate. Looks like Jack is done warming up. So Capel getting his 5th plate appearance here in the 9-hole today. This one with the bases loaded. It's already driven in a couple of runs. And Jack Dallas raises the hands high near his ear, then drops them below the belt. And the pitch. And a wave and a miss. Strike 1. But I'm with you. I think that Japan series is a really fun way to start the year. Although I'm sure the Dodgers feel a little bit compressed. The 0-1 is outside of 1-1. Of course, winning the World Series last year, playing all the way through October. And then they'll play the first game of the season on March 20th. I mean, you do the math there, Nick. What is that? Is that even 5 months?
It's a big challenge, period.
Yeah, 5.5. The 1-1. Down and in, 2 balls and a strike. And we hear all the time about starters or any pitchers who are on playoff teams pitch deep into the year. They try and rev up a little slower, just knowing that they logged another extra month worth of work, and not to mention an extra month, but a month that's filled with a ton of stress. The 2-1. This is low.
You got to make sure everybody's healthy and ready to go much earlier than normal. And it's not like those games don't count now. You know, for the Dodgers, probably 2 games is not going to make a difference of what they're going to do on the season, but you never know.
3-1 pitch. A fly ball hits softly out to left. Prado comes charging in. He'll call off the infielders on the left side and make the catch. 2 down, and all the runners stay put. So Jace Grady, 8th man to bat in this 9th inning. Braves have scored 2 runs. Bases are loaded. Atlanta down to its final out on this Thursday afternoon in Clearwater, Florida. 16-8, Phillies lead the Braves. Jack Dallas working from the stretch, kicks and deals, misses high, ball 1. Spencer Schwellenbach gets the ball tomorrow for the Braves, so they will host the Nationals at Cool Today Park. The 1-0. Swing and a foul over the third base dugout.
Can't wait to see what he's got in store for us this year. Excited to see what kind of progress he makes. Not that he needed to make a ton, but that second year, you never know what can happen. And
1-1. Just on the outside corner, ball and 2 strikes. I mean, you know, after those first couple of starts, a little rough for Spencer, really found a groove, and that fastball command made a big difference.
Expectations are high.
Sure are. 1-2. 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Bases loaded. Here's the pitch to Grady. And it's taken down and in. It gets past Marchand, and scurrying home to score Atlanta's 9th run is Gerardo Quintero on the wild pitch. So it is now 16-9. Puts Milligan at third and Waddell at second now. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Grady. Dallas comes set. The righty nods and fires. Swing and a foul ball driven off to the left side and out of play. The crowd has thinned considerably, no surprise here. But over 10,000 came out to watch Braves Phillies today in Clearwater. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dallas sends it again. And it's shot foul again over the third base dugout. Good battle here from Jace Grady. Dallas comes set. Marchand's target, the pitch, in the dirt, 3-2.
Pretty good at bat by Grady.
Three runs already home in the inning for Atlanta. Dallas, a deep breath in the pitch. Swung on and fouled back. Almost looked like Grady caught that.
He's biting off some high fastballs.
Yes, he is. Surprised he got a piece of that. Left-handed hitter steps back in. Red and blue batting gloves. Steadies the batting helmet. Coils the barrel over his left shoulder. 3-2. Swing and a tapper up the first base line. Foul. The next pitch will be the 10th of the at-bat. That last fastball at 94. Phillies 16, Braves 9. Top of the 9th. Runners at second and third and 2 men out. The 10th pitch of the at-bat. Another payoff on the way. Swing and a miss. As Marchand hangs on to it, and that's the end of the ball game. Braves score 3 runs in the 9th on just 1 hit. They leave a couple, and your final score, as we step aside, we'll be back in a moment. The Phillies 16, the Braves 9.
With us today, a developer from SeatGeek. Quick question. My son's wedding clashes with the baseball game. Do you have an innovation to make him reschedule the wedding?
No, but you can sell your tickets on SeatGeek.
Interesting. What about selling a wedding invitation? I'm joking. Maybe.
Expect the expected. SeatGeek. Buy and sell Atlanta Braves tickets on SeatGeek, the official ticket marketplace of the Atlanta Braves.
When you buy a Subaru from Subaru of Gwinnett, you're buying more than a vehicle. You're buying safety for your family, an investment that will hold its value, and something that will last a long